right, everybody. It's been a rush, but here we are again on a Wednesday night on Fourever Rivals. How are we, guys?
Oh, great to be here, boys. As per usual, we're up again. Another big week.
It is another big week.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Marco.
Good evening. Hopefully
Marco,
everybody's
how are
well.
you, mate?
Good, thank you, Rocco. And hopefully everybody's well too.
We are well. And Magpie Manny, how are you going?
Yeah, good evening to everyone. Yeah, doing really well there, Rocco. We're doing really well. And I think it's going to be a long season for you now, Quinn. And we can talk a little bit about it later. But, geez, look at that big smile on that fella there down the bottom, eh? Marco's smiling.
All right. So we've got our regulars here. So Martula, she's our favourite Greek in the world. Mate, like seriously, she makes us like Greeks because the bloke on the top right-hand side there, mate, really puts a sour taste in my mouth. We've also got Scott the Blue, you're second, but you're really more like eighth. Oh, I think he's talking about you, Marco, there, mate. I think the world is starting to understand where you're really at.
Yeah, but I've noticed that Scott the Blues has said that you cannot hear Mark. So can you all guys hear me clearly or not?
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay.
I can hear Mark. Can everyone else hear Mark? Can Matula, can you hear Mark, unfortunately? Enjoy it while you can. Yes. Everyone can hear you. So we're all good. Maybe Scott the Blues has got his fingers in his ears. Thank you very much. Great achievement, Rocco. Not only Rocco, the Jumper Punch boys on getting 100 last night. Thank you.
Congratulations, Rocco. That's a huge milestone, my friend. Huge milestone. I wish you nothing but the best. It's funny to see, was that about 5 years ago? Would it be fair to say that?
I think we started the official Jumper Punch started about 5 years ago, but this version of it has been about 4 years now. So 100 episodes, I suppose it's about the 4 year mark. Yeah. So let's say 4 years exact. I don't know the exact date, but definitely 4 years, about 25, 26 a year. So there you go. There's your 100. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a lot of work. And if you watched the show last night, you would have seen like the very first episode. It looked like we were filming out of in the 1930s with one of those black and white cameras or something. So, but we've gone a long way, and now we've got your ugly mugs on here too. So we're doing okay. You're all part of it too.
Who would have thought?
Mute Marco Rocco. I will mute him if he gets too smart. People been calling me. People been calling me Mussolini and that, and you better know it, mate. I got the controls, I got the weapons, mate. So everyone be on bloody. Yeah. Well, you can say whatever you want. If you don't like it, if you don't like it, you can leave the country. How's that sound, Manny? You can always leave. You can always leave.
Oh, well done, Rocco.
You can always leave. Go. I dare you to leave. I dare you to leave. Yes, you. I dare you to leave.
I personally couldn't give a fuck.
I dare you to leave. Go. If you don't like it, I dare you to go.
Why are you daring me?
Because you're just saying, oh, well done. This is the rules, mate. If you don't like it.
All I'm saying is
you're
getting too over cocky because you have control over the button. And I think what you did last week was wrong. You hurt poor Marco's feelings, but we'll talk a bit more about that later.
That's all right, Manny. I've got a little bit of ammunition. I've got some ammunition. If Rocco mutes me tonight.
First learn how to say it before you got it.
Ammunition.
Tiger, then, how did it feel nearly being? Well, we will talk with Essendon with a VFL side. We will be talking about that. I'll have some interesting stats there for you. We'll have some interesting stats. Oh. How is the Tiger then going? I noticed there was a fairly good viewers this week. It was a good good review of the game.
Yeah, people love to vent. People, I don't know what it is. It's something about when your team turns to shit, people look to somewhere to go. Yeah. And no, it's good. The support's been really good. The viewers have been building up, and everyone seems to be jumping on board and watching the previews and the reviews, which is awesome. So I'm loving it. And big thanks to everybody on here, because I definitely see a lot of names every week that pop up in the comments here on my videos as well. And considering a lot of you don't go for Richmond, I do appreciate it.
No, we love it. And look, Matula, she puts a good point out there, as always. Rocco does all the preparation. He deserves full control of you muppets, excluding Quinn, because everyone loves Quinn. But
thanks,
the rest of you
we all love Quinny.
How much do you pay Matula to say that? How much?
A lot of money.
Oh, Quinny, we love you, Quinn, mate. Look at you, nice, young, handsome man there. Oh, we love Quinny.
Yeah, Quinn. Oh, you're the best, Quinn. Your team is fantastic.
I might log off as well. Fuck, I've had enough of you pricks already. I'm getting out of here.
I've got a few. We'll be talking about the demise of Collingwood in a sec, so we'll be getting into that. Don't you worry about the bunch of fucking plastic frauds they are. But let's get into something serious here, and most important. Are we ready?
Oh, I don't know.
Are we ready? Can you see that? This is all thanks to Marco and Corton. If you want your family to be safe, Corton Security Doors and Blinds is the place. A Don supporter, Fourever Rivals, and a really top mate. And don't forget to ring 83394848. And don't forget to ring 83394848. Tell us about it there, Marco. Look at everything. Security Doors, Blinds.
Mate. I'm starting to get used to that little theme now, mate. I might have to start getting involved there. But yeah, give us a call on 83394848. Obviously, we're specialising in all types of security doors, all internal blinds, plantation shutters, outdoor in fresco blinds, roller shutters. So yeah, again, just simply mention Fourever Rivals, or I guess the Jumper Punch as well, of course, and get 10% off. It's pretty simple. Search us on and like us on Facebook as well. So when you got a chance, jump on the link as well. But yeah, give us a call, 83394848. We're happy to give you guys a hand and give you a reasonable price as well, of course.
100%, man. And as we say, mate, at the end of the day, I mean, you barry for a really shit team, but your shutters and blinds are the best in the business. Let's be honest here, mate. So that's true. Look, Matula's, mate, nothing, all for love. You boys are jealous. You are. And you're a Greek, man, and she doesn't like you. Imagine you weren't a Greek. You get a little bit of love because you come from the same town.
She hasn't met me in person. I think once she meets me in person, she might think differently.
Wow. Talking about that, there's one way where she can meet you in person, and she'll be coming for sure. And this is the TJP live event. Everyone's going to get down there. It's on the 15th of June. Make sure you get their tickets because they are going fast. I think there's only one more table left, I think. So if you want a table, and there's plenty of floor room. Well, if we keep getting more for the table, we might put out some more tables. So get out there. It's going to be a big event. You boys are going to be there. So if you want to meet the Fourever Rivals, mate, you're going to come down there and grab your tickets. The links are below, or you can just go to trybooking.com, or the link is in the description below. We'll go through it again a bit later, but yeah, make sure you get out there. You guys are going to be there, aren't you?
Yeah, mate. Whistles and bells. A
big night, I'm telling you. We'll get you up on stage. It might even be a challenge. I'm telling you, everyone's going to want to meet you, especially you, Marco, after we smash you the week before.
Oh, you're jumping the gun there a little bit, Rocco, mate. I don't know about that. Don't get too cocky, buddy.
There you go, Manny. She will be there at the live show to meet you personally.
I want to meet also Peter V. Blueberger.
I'm a wog too, Manny. You're a Risili. What's that? Are you embarrassment?
Ooh.
Oh, that's like getting like first. I'm telling you, it's like the Greeks. I don't know what you want from me, mate. They're just saying, what can I say, mate? What can I say, Manny?
That's all right.
No,
That's okay.
should be a good
So
night,
make
boys.
sure.
Should be a good night. I'm looking forward to it. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's going to be good. Lana's going to be there. As I said, we're all going to get there, have a few drinks, have a bit of a laugh, and we'll all get together. And you never know, there might be a punch on. I'm not going to promise anything. I'm not going to deny anything, but there might be a wrestling match going on. Yeah. So that's it. Oh, here we go. We've got a rat poison here. He reckons if I was Carlton, I'll be more concerned. I won't put up your name, but if I was Carlton, I'll be more concerned about Port. Don't you follow Geelong? So I would quietly just be quiet there. We just picked up Cooper Lard. There you go. And we had just discarded, sorry, not Lard, Cooper Lord in the mid-draft. And who did you pick up, Quinny?
So we picked up a couple players. We picked up Jacob Blight at pick 2. And then at pick 16, we picked up Campbell Gray. And we passed on our 3rd round pick. So we only went with 2 this year.
Oh, yeah. So we've only gone 1. Here we go. Is Collingwood coming up? Have they picked up 1?
Collingwood have picked up 2. They've picked up Ned Long from their VFL list, and they picked up I'm probably going to butcher the name, but Eliro Smith. There you go. Okay. And then the Bombers also picked up Saad Al Hawali from Northern Bulldogs.
Hey, a nice Muslim boy there, man. He's a good. To tell you the truth, Saad was someone I had my eye on. He's a mature age. He's a good runner, man. So he's someone. I mean, you couldn't keep the other Saad, the good one. So now you've tried to get another one into your side. But seriously, I didn't think about Lord, but there was a couple of others we were thinking about. But Saad was one of them. So I think that's a good pickup.
Yeah, I think it's a good opportunity for some of the mature age players
100%.
to get that opportunity. And I think the mid-year draft is good for football because there are some really good talents out there within the 24.
So what we'll do is, right, we'll go straight into this one here. Fantastic. So we can go straight into that and we'll talk a little bit more of that. But I want to go because we were just having a conversation just off air. Manny, tell us about the draft. You were so informative before we got onto air. Tell us about Carlton.
About Carlton? What's going on with Carlton?
Yeah, about how many picks we got and we can only have one pick.
I think you're only focusing on one pick at the moment.
What were you saying before? Tell us the truth. You were saying before you can only have one pick. Do you even know how it works, Manny?
Unfortunately, I'm not going to disclose my connections. But like usual, you like to sit there and
Manny thought that he had this super like connection that he knew who was going to pick up the draft. It's no secret, no secret, Manny. The draft is out there, and it's only who's available at the time, man. It's no bloody secret. You didn't even know there was a draft going on tonight. So let's be serious. I
think at the moment it's a good thing because you got teams like Collingwood, who I'm going through the list, and our injury list is just.
Oh, we'll save that because I've got something to say about that later on. So we'll save that rubbish about your shit thing. But let's go into I'll show you that now. You said that it's a good thing, Mark?
Yes.
And it is
yes, I think so.
Right? Because who is your best, you think, mid-year draft that you've picked up?
Well, I wouldn't say our best, but we did pick up Masio mid-season, and he went to obviously Hawthorn. But
You don't know? I'll let you know. What about Quinny? Quinny would know. Who's your best one, you reckon?
Our best? Oh, I mean, Marlon Pickett debuted in a grand final and he's played nearly 100 games. But we got Ryan Mansell. He's been pretty handy for us as well. We've had a few.
And what about you? Do you even know who your best is, Matty?
Our whole team's the best.
In the mid-season draft, you banana. He's played 100 games for you. You don't even know.
I'm not phased about that, to be honest with you. And I don't know who we've picked up.
Because you don't know. You know nothing about your side, right? It's unfortunate because you treated this bloke absolutely shit house last year before the grand final, right? But yeah, we'll go through them. And these are some of the good ones. Mate, John Noble. 101 games for Collingwood, isn't he?
That's it.
Go on. Next one.
Wow. You didn't even know that. 100 game play. You didn't even know where he came from. But you were right, Marlon Pickett. And you had Essendon Snelling. He played 64. But also, I think it's a Durham. He's a pretty good player.
Durham, yeah. Yeah, of course.
Sam.
He's a good, and our best one we had is Jordan Boyd, man, a few years ago, and now he's like a regular in our side. And in actual fact, if you look at the stats, he's the best kick in the AFL. So, and he was only playing local footy, so it is a big chance for people to get out there, man, and pick up someone.
We did trade Massimo, but obviously went to Hawthorn, but Sam Durham, I reckon, out of the whole list there, is probably the most improved mid-season draft that's come out of the whole lot. Tamplin, yes, obviously, but I reckon Sam Durham is, at this stage, the most valued player.
Yeah, 100%. Mate, all the Carlton supporters knew who it was. You didn't even know who is your best. 101 games.
I was going to say Ash Johnson. And I admit, I completely forgot about
Ash Johnson. Was he a mid-season draftee?
From memory, yeah.
I don't think he was.
Yeah.
I don't think he was.
I think he was.
This is like Rocco knows more about Collingwood than Manny, but that's not hard to do. You know, like anyone knows more than fucking Manny. He's just shit house. All right, let's get into the draft. So what Quinny's going to do? How many more draft picks is there?
I think we might be done, to be honest. I'm just checking now.
Yeah,
because I turned the video off so I could focus. But there was only, so they went to the 4th round. Brisbane had pick 23 and they passed on it. And there's nothing else popping up at the moment. So I think we might have just wrapped it up at the 23.
So everyone that's
watching. Good luck, boys. Good luck.
Not that they be hearing me, but come over to us because we'll give you all the draft picks. And Quinny might go, you might be able to go through the draft when you get a chance there and you can see all the draft picks. You might go through all of them and then give everyone who they picked up. We only had one pick. As I said, we had two picks that we could have picked, but we decided earlier on in the week that we were only going to use one of those picks. So.
Thanks very much, Tom and Lana, for confirming Ash Johnson.
He was? Oh, he was too. There you go. Ash Johnson. Well done, Lana. We'd love Lana's going to be there at the thing. She'll be definitely there. Manny, all right. I have to admit he was bad. I don't know. I don't know about your draft picks. I only know about our ones, but you didn't know the best one, Noble. Who remember he didn't play in the grand final.
Yeah, I think you've said it. You've said it 4 times, mate.
Yeah, you missed out because you didn't make him play in the grand final and you don't know who he is. That's a disgrace. You don't care about your players. Are you going to the game this week?
I certainly am, sir.
All right. Did you hear that, everyone? Let's give everyone a clap because we should have a public holiday because Manny is doing what the postman does and just delivers the mail without getting. He does what we do every week. He's making it sound like he's doing something big. You're going to lose anyway. Now
no. I'm actually taking the boy. It's his birthday on the Saturday.
Happy birthday. We do love the
Happy
boy.
birthday.
I actually love your son and your wife. They're fantastic people. I don't know what happened to you, but well done. Man, he's going to a game.
Thank you,
Well
Brendan.
done, mate. You are
Thank
such
you very
a
much.
star, mate. I'm telling you, you know what might happen? You know when, like Moses, when he's walking over, right? Is it at Marble or is that the G? I don't even know.
Marvel. It's at Marvel.
So what's going to happen is as he's walking up, like the people are just going to path way for Manny, like the big Red Sea. He's going to go through because Manny's walking to the game, mate. So that's going to be fantastic. All right, let's get into this. What are you shaking your head for? It's all true, mate. It's all bloody true. All right, so we got the Fourever Rivals. The first one we're going to do is it's been the controversy. Fuck, that looks like you, Manny. Check it out. If you put a bit of a beard on that, that looks exactly like you. First one I want everyone to discuss. It's been massive talking point, and I think Hardwick and Voss kind of put this on the agenda, and that was the holding the ball. How's everyone seen that this week?
Oh, it's gone too far, and what I'm worried now is that it's going to go too far the other way. The AFL have come out, they've done a rule interpretation change midway through the season, which is already risky business if you ask me, and they're going to start holding the ball a lot quicker, not giving players as much time. They're going to get to the point now where they're basically going to have no prior opportunity anymore, and it's going to go too far the other way. I don't know. Are we at the point where we just have to scrap prior opportunity altogether? Because I don't feel like there's any way we're going to get this interpretation correct.
Well, first of all, let's just have a look. There was the umpire, Stephen McBurney. Have you seen Stephen McBurney? I wouldn't let him wash my car, let alone be in charge of the rules, man. I don't trust him. But he has, I did actually watch his little interview he did. You want to read that, Quinny? You're a better reader than me.
Yeah, that's all right. So the critical thing is the umpire cannot blow his whistle for a ball up if the ball has not been pinned. When we see the arm free, we will hold the whistle and see whether the player can dispose. The issue is the tackler is an can't even read that. My glasses. Is the tackler invidious position because if he takes the player to ground and does so dangerously, he risks a free kick or a report. We are monitoring that and we are continuing to catalogue examples of where this occurs so we can judge whether we've got reasonable time, right, or whether we need to address that. Umpire boss Steve McBurney.
Steve McBurney.
That was written by the AFL's top lawyers. There was probably about 50 of them sitting there. They were probably sipping cappuccinos or lattes, eating who knows what they were eating. And they were all of a sudden, it took about 50 of them to sit there and set that up. The game's become pathetic. It's become pathetic.
That's right. And Quinn,
and the problem is that a lot of us old school who've seen a lot of these tough games, where they were going in hard, the grounds were muddy. It was, you go in and it was. Now it's become such a delicate little game that all of a sudden, well, we've got to protect the players. But I think they're doing more damage than good because it's like, they're scared to go in hard, but then they're pulling away. And when they're scared to go in hard and they're pulling away, that's when they can get injured, and it's, as far as I'm concerned, I think something's wrong. Something is completely wrong.
Anyway, I think you've gone off track a little bit, Manny, because it wasn't even about that. It was about holding on to them too long. So there was the whole thing that they're saying about, and because of holding on too long, especially in that Carlton game. And as I said, this is the first time I've seen both coaches in their press conference make sure that they say something about the umpires. I've never seen that before. So, it looks like they discussed it between each other. I don't know how they did it that quick, but because they both did the same thing, and Voss won the game. He had no reason to say something about the umpires, but there was something like 80 tackles and there was only 4 holding the balls given. And then when you have a look at it, and I can show you, I did put this up. It's only a quick video of some of the holding the ball. So we'll have a quick look at them. And you can see the Curnow one. I think this is the main one they talked about. Like he's holding on there. You know, you can see that he actually got injured there. You know, these ones, this one, again, I think that one there's play on. Again, he just froze the ball. This one here was just a ball up and he's holding the ball the whole time. The question is, are they not blowing the whistle quick enough? Is this the issue?
Well, just going by those reviews there that you just put on, Rock, I reckon the tackler now has got a little bit more duty of care to when they're tackling that player. So an example with Curnow, just a quick, you know, like he had about 3 weeks to get rid of that ball, mate. So the GWS player, the Gold Coast player, tackled him, duty of care. I reckon about probably 4 or 5 years ago, Curnow would have been tackled, brought to the ground, and was holding the ball. But now the tackler has to have some form of duty of care to not pin the other arm and bring the player down to the ground. Otherwise, it'll be a sling tackle and he'll get reported for 4 or 5 weeks. So that's the difference in the game. You cannot have the player with the ball being tackled with more than 4 to 5 seconds before he gets rid of it. It's holding the ball. And, you know, obviously Voss and Hardwick stated that, you know, it was pretty obvious that, you know, Curnow should have been holding the ball. That's how I see it. It was way too long because that player, the tackling player, could have quite easily have tackled and brought the player down the ground, and it would have been then obviously a report.
All right, now
it's a duty of care. We're not rewarding the tackler anymore. The tackler is not being rewarded anymore. It's just too easy for players to try and get rid of the ball, regardless of being, you know, intentionally or not, hand and foot. It's just too easy for the umpire to say, play on. Reward the free kick. If it's a free kick, if it's holding the ball, do it straight away, yeah, before something else happens.
So the thing is, and you're saying a lot of good points there. Now, last week when I showed you the sling tackle, especially Magpie Manny, you were going, no, that's all right. That's all right. That's fine. And this is one of the issues. And this is the problem with rules. I'll tell you about rules. I'm going to enlighten everyone. And when they try to fix a rule, it's called a wicked solution. Everyone can look it up. A wicked solution is when you come up with a solution, but down the line it causes more problems because you haven't had the sight of seeing what it does in the future. I believe now players won't do the sling tackle, so they're trying to pull the player down. Someone like Curnow, strong, so trying to put, because in the old days you'd probably grab him and you'd swing him around to pull him down, correct? Now they can't do that. So now they're pulling them down, right? But it's taking longer. But you can see with Norton, if you have a look at the Norton one, he's injured now. He's done his knee. I don't know how long he's going to be out for. And that was grabbing him and pulling him down, mate. And his leg got caught underneath. So it's now become a problem, and they're allowing it. So what the umpire said, that if the arm is free, they're going to give them a second to see if they get rid of it. So they give them that extra time to see if they get rid of it. But that's causing this 2 or 3 seconds of holding on to the man and doing it. So this is the problem.
Yeah. What happened to the 360? So when you used to tackle a player and you'd spin them around, you know, once or twice, given the opportunity to get rid of the ball, and eventually they did get rid of the ball, and it'd be play on.
I think they got rid of that rule.
Well, that's right. Exactly right.
Around now, can't you? You can go right around now.
Correct. So they're giving the player more opportunity, obviously, to get rid of the ball, and in some ways it can enhance the game because you want the game to be coming more, you know, in flow, in movement. So you don't want to stop the game, holding the ball, you know, free kick. They want the umpires or whoever it is, they want the game to be in motion. So they're letting the player obviously try and get rid of that ball regardless if it's dropping it or whatever the case may be, they're not going to pay the free kick as holding the ball. That's what I've noticed the last probably 6 to 8 weeks. It's just let the game go. Don't worry about calling the holding the ball. Just keep the game flowing to make it more exciting for the spectators.
They're definitely waiting longer to pay the free kick. And they've also, I've noticed, disposal. Like it's falling out of their hand, like incorrect disposal. Yeah. What happened to that? You know what I mean? That's what I've noticed. It's like they get slammed and then the ball just falls. Isn't that holding you got caught? You know, you didn't dispose of the ball, but they're not paying it.
No.
See, I'd rather them focus more on those ones, Rock. This is just personally. I'd rather them focus more on the ones that don't get disposed of correctly, more so than the ones that just get held on to too long. You want both of them done properly, but if I had to choose one, it's way worse when someone just lets the footy spill out, hits the deck, and nothing happens. That to me, that's way worse than just say, for example, the Kerno one where he just held onto it too long because he did end up disposing of it. So for me, it's more of I hate it more when they don't dispose of it properly and nothing happens.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
But how long can you? How long? You know, like obviously Kerno's got some CUDA hands. You know what I mean? Like he can hold on to the ball with one hand. Some players maybe can't do that. So how long are you going to give that player the opportunity to get rid of that ball? Well, he can hold it for like 10 seconds and just, and then he gets rid of it.
And what they're saying is, so if you read that and you listen to the press or whatever, he had an interview today, right? What he said was, if you haven't pinned the ball to him, right?
Yes.
And he's free, they're gonna give you. They'll put the whistle to their mouth and then they'll give you time to see if you get rid of it. That was his explanation of it. Yeah. That's his explanation of it. I don't know, but they're going to give you time to see. So this is the problem with a lot of rules. It's all grey area. Like how long? There's no rule except for the kicking for goal, the 30 seconds. That's the only one that's precise. But everything else is all grey.
That's going to change as well. The 30-second rule. That's going to change because there's so many minutes in football or seconds in football now that are very crucial. Going beyond the holding the ball, but when they kick a point or a goal, why aren't they stopping the time clock? Why are they waiting for the umpire to signal for a goal or a point? That's 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Now
I agree, and I don't even think they know. That's the problem.
No, well, exactly right. So there's a lot of decisions that need to be made with these umpires, but I think they should be full-time umpires. They're part-time umpires at the moment. They're part-time umpires. They should be full-time. It's a $1 billion industry. Put them full-time, train them up, and let them get going. Just quickly with umpiring again, we talk about the holding the ball, but pushing in the back. The Essendon-Richmond game, Quinn. The young fella is a full forward. I think it was a rugby player. I can't recall his name.
McKelty.
He's a full forward for Richmond. McKelty.
Yeah, McKelty looked out.
Blatantly, mate. Pushed Laverde with two hands in the back, took the mark 15 metres out, shot for goal. That look, you could just see it was a free kick against the Richmond player. The umpires have just lost the plot. What are they trying to do? Look, two hands in the back.
That's a bit of a weird one because that rule there is paid sometimes and then other times it's not paid.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. But you can maybe use your elbow to push the player in the back, and it's blatant. It's not the hands. But that player pushed Laverde. Honestly, I'm not quite sure, Quinn, if you watched the game. I'm pretty sure you did. But it was a full push in the back. The player's gone forward, and the umpire paid a mark.
If the umpire don't see it, get away with it. See, the
problem
is, and you know what
else? A lot of inconsistency. And the other problem is the umpires don't have the balls to call those moments when they know it could be so crucial. Yeah, it's like when you had that princess, the one that does the acting school, Draper, you know, who dived over the ball, and then the Muppet, and the bloke is a Muppet. He then was walking after the game to go back to the dressing change rooms to celebrate. Yeah. And he sat there and he even stood into his colleague and he actually imitated again what he did. I mean,
good on him, mate. Good on him, mate.
They got the umpires. They got to grow some balls and they got to call them. You know what? They keep fucking up every day. So at the end of the day, just call them. Call them. And you know what? I think the spectators.
They called it against. They called it against Collingwood.
I don't want to mute you. The spectators are going to be more appreciative. They're going to be more appreciative than us.
You got no power.
This indecisive thing, the indecisive thing. That's just bullshit. I hate watching games because the umpires keep fucking it up.
Yeah, I know. But again, I'm still not blaming. I'm not blaming the umpires. It's the way the rules are interpreted. This is what you got to understand. It's not the umpires. The umpires are only doing what they're told. You know what I mean? Like, they're not just going out there and deciding. This is a look. They do against Collingwood Fremantle. They weren't scared to make a decision, were they?
What was that? Honestly, what was that?
We'll talk about that soon, but
yeah, but I'd like to ask you a question.
You can't pick and choose.
What is that? What do you call that?
That's called wasting time.
Was that time wasting? Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Well, you know what? Well, you know what? From now on,
you know that, Manny. You know. You want to get straight into that, do you? Do you want to get straight into that?
I don't want to mute you. You know what I think the Collingwood players will start doing from now on?
You want to get into that discussion, people?
We might as well.
All right, let's get into that. Let's get into that discussion, right? And first of all, let's have a look at it. He's grabbed it, given it straight to Collingwood player. Let's have a look at it again. He's grabbed it, given it straight to Collingwood player.
Yeah, okay.
You can't do that.
Oh, fuck. You can't do it. Mate, can I tell you something? From now on, you know what I want to see? I want to see where the players are not going to even bother to even pick up that ball to hand it to those.
He had it in his hand. If you put it on the ground,
yeah,
you'll get a free kick.
No, you won't.
Yes, you will.
No.
Yes, you will.
No, I think did it last week.
Yes, you will, Manny. No, you will. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something about that. Before I mute you, I'm going to tell you something. That was a correct decision, right?
Because did it last week.
Because it's a rule. And at the start of the year, right, they went to all the clubs and they told them this.
Yeah.
Right. So that is an actual rule. You cannot hand the ball over to one of your players. And it's happened 5 times this year. It happened against Carlton with Hewitt. We got exactly the same penalty in the middle of the ground.
That's silly. That is silly.
What are you talking about, mate?
The rules. What are these fucking rules? Who makes these stupid rules? They're rules.
That's because Collingwood's a dumb team. Doesn't matter. This Collingwood is a dumb team because they know the rules. They know the rules. They know Manny.
They are stupid rules.
Manny, shut up. That's the rule. It's not a stupid rule.
They are stupid rules.
That's the rule. That's the rule. That's the rule.
They are stupid rules.
Do you understand that that's the rule?
Yeah.
You understand? So you fucked up. And I'll give you another bit of information.
Side bottom.
The umpires, I'll give you another bit of information. The umpires have actually personally gone to Collingwood because Collingwood are known to do that in the tight games.
Really?
Yes, really. So you've been warned of that because it is a cheating tactic by Collingwood. Because what they do is they do it constantly. They do it constantly, and this time they got caught. Because you're a bunch of cheats, Manny.
You've been warned.
I haven't been warned. I'm telling you now. The umpires have warned Collingwood prior.
What about side bottom when he dropped the ball on the ground?
When?
That's a free kick.
That's a free kick.
But why they ain't giving a free kick?
That's what everyone's upset about. It's because they're not paying it consistently.
Sorry, Glenn, I just want to say because this is the problem. Shut up. This is the problem with Manny, right? This is the problem with Manny, right? This is the problem with Manny. He goes off on his tantrums. The point is, right, what happened to Collingwood is 100% a free kick, right? The problem is they don't always pay it. That's the problem in it, right?
That's a big problem.
There are many times when they don't pay it.
Grande. It's a huge problem.
Yeah, I know. But what you're saying is that what happened to you wasn't a free kick. That was exactly a free kick.
I think it was silly.
Oh, my God. It's not about being silly. We're not in play school here.
It's silly.
Right? It's not about being silly. The point is that Collingwood has been warned, right? Yeah. And you keep trying to get away with it. And guess what? This time, you got, as Ange Christou said, that's what you copped.
It all comes down to the umpire. He made the discretion to pay the free kick for holding up play, which is by the rule. But then again, he could have just let it go. It was 2 seconds, not even 1 second. But they were saying that it's the umpire's discretion, and that's bullshit. Because if it's the rule, that's the rule. Free kick.
Exactly. And I'm telling you, man, it came out that the Pie players were warned numerous times. They've been trying to get away with for ages. And you've got to understand, when you've got 30, 40 seconds to go in a game, right? When you've got 30 or 40 seconds to go and it's a tight game, you do that 2 or 3 times because there's continuous ball ups, correct?
Correct.
Right? That's like 5 or 6 or 7 seconds, 8 seconds in the game. Don't get me started on wasting seconds. What about the ball ups when they fuck them up? Mate, you're losing 2 or 3 seconds every time you do that, right? And then someone will take the mark 1 second after the fucking siren and you don't get a chance to hit a goal.
That part I agree with you.
What happened was Collingwood have been and now they're sitting there crying about it. You've been warned. You've been warned. Stop cheating in the game.
Yeah.
Quinny?
No, I agree. I think, like we said, the only reason there's such an uproar about this is because they don't pay it enough, or let it like you said. You said it before. Like they've paid it 4 or 5 times throughout the season. This happens 4 to 5 times throughout a game, but they don't pay it. It's even a rule with the boundary umpire. If you drop it short, you're supposed to give it back to him, but everyone just drops it on the ground. And I remember saying the first few weeks, is this rule happening, or did we just introduce it but not going to officiate it? That's the only reason it's blowing up like this, is because they've never paid it. By the letter of the law, it was a free kick. The problem is the letter of the law isn't used enough like it should be.
They don't enforce it enough. You know what I mean? They don't enforce the rules.
Inconsistency. You know? They got no balls.
It's like it's different again, but it's similar to, I think, kicking in danger. Right? I don't ever see them pay kicking in danger anymore, right? If your team got done in the last minute of a game by kicking in danger free kick, you'd lose your mind because they don't pay them, and now they've decided to pay one. That's what's so frustrating. But technically, it's a free kick.
It is technically a free kick, and you can't complain. The problem is, as you said, the inconsistency of them not paying it at times. Sometimes they give it to like the umpire. Sometimes, sometimes they just said they bloody give it to a player and they don't pay it, and this time they did pay it. And that's the problem. That's what I don't like. But to say it's a silly rule and that's got nothing to do with it. It was there. It was there. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, it was you watch now. You try not giving that ball to the umpire now and see what happens. They will pay that every single time.
Leave it. Don't even touch it. Don't even touch it.
You can't. If you got it in your hand, you have to give it to them.
Well, you know what? They're not going to even bother with it. They're just going to leave it. They'll say here.
What do you mean leave it? Most of the time when you're in a pack, someone's got their hands on the ball.
No, well, that you don't let go of it.
You can't. If you've got hands on the ball, you can't just release it, Manny. What's wrong with you?
You know what?
Rocco.
Hand it to him. Hand it to him.
What happens when you've got the
Get it
ball?
through, Manny. It's not hard. Just give the ball to the fucking umpire. It's not hard, mate. Is this what we're worried about?
What happens when
give the ball to the fucking umpire, mate? It's not hard.
That's it. Shove it down his throat.
So how many times when the player's got the ball running towards the end of the boundary line, and when he crosses the boundary line, he puts the ball on the ground? Why doesn't he give the ball back?
That's what Quinn just said. That's what Quinn just said.
Well,
exactly right.
That's supposed to be a free kick.
To the umpire.
But it's not a free kick because it's
the rule. The rule with the boundary one is right. If the boundary umpire is not anywhere, if he's not in the vicinity, you can drop it. You don't have to stand there and wait for him. If he's not there, you can drop it. But the expectation is if the boundary umpire is there, you're not to drop it on the ground. You're supposed to give it back to him if it's in your hand. Yeah. Problem is, I haven't seen one paid all year.
How far is that facility, Quinn? How far? 20 meters, 5 meters, 20 meters? What? Oh,
no,
you didn't give it to the umpire because you're 5 meters away or 10 meters away.
They'll pull out tape measures. They'll have someone with a little bow tie. Put a little bow tie. Here you go, Muppy. I'll put a little bow tie here for you. Here you go, you fucking cockhead.
Well, we could do it. You wanted the boundary line reviews, Mark, earlier in the season. We can bring those in that you asked for, and then we'll be able to officiate how close he was to the contest.
That's right.
Possibly, mate. You know, and that's going to obviously delay the game again. So, no, good point there, Quinn. But what happens then? Like, you know, the player goes out of bounds. I can understand when they kick it and it goes, you know, into the crowd.
I think reasonably, if the umpire is in the vicinity where you can just give it to a meter or so, I can understand. But if they're miles away, of course, like you said, you can put it on the ground, but you probably got a player you got to go and pick up or something. Like we can understand that.
It shouldn't be miles away anyway, Rock, mate. The boundary line umpire. Why are they miles away? If they're calling out of bounds, why are they miles away?
Like lawn bowls.
Maybe they're like 10 meters away. Sometimes they're 10 or 15 meters away.
That opens up a can of worms in Rock, mate. If they're 5 meters, 7 meters, 3 meters, 2 meters, you know, and that's why the umpire with Collingwood, he made his own discretion and thought that it was a free kick against Collingwood because it was his own discretion. That's what it is. It's his own discretion.
But that was when you're in that sort of vicinity and the umpire's right there. There's no doubt that you have to give it to the umpire.
Yeah, I know, but some umpires have just let it go. They just let it go.
And that is the problem. Don't get me wrong. I agree. That is the problem. It's either you always pay it or you don't. And this is the problem.
So it's the umpire's discretion, what he feels. He feels, you should have given it back to me straight away, or don't worry about it, guy, just ball it up. And that's
sometimes I think what the umpires do is they just don't worry about it. You know what I mean?
But that's the problem though, because like you said, but it's not just this rule though, Mark. It's how many rules in our game are open for interpretation. Like Tom keeps mentioning it in the comments, but the dissent rule is the same thing. You're not supposed to argue back with the umpire, but I see it most weeks and it doesn't get paid anymore. And then once in a blue moon, a player points at a scoreboard and the umpire goes, "No, fuck you, I'm paying it." But it doesn't get paid all the time. That's just another example. But there's holding the ball again. It's up to an umpire's discretion to whether he had enough time or not. There's not enough black and white rules in our game. It's not the umpire's fault. It's the rules and the way that they're adjudicated, the way they're being taught. I would struggle. I know the game, and we all know the game, but you'd struggle out there doing it because everyone's got their different interpretations.
Yeah.
And
like you were saying, Quinn, sometimes it's so simple. But if you've got the ball and you're being tackled, if you've got the ball and you're being tackled and you don't dispose of it correctly by hand and foot, really, it's so simple. You can see it. You can even watch it the game on TV. The player hasn't disposed of it correctly, and you're sitting there going, "Ball," but play on. It's not right. It's got to change. It's got to go back to
And that's
basics again. And I think the AFL's onto it right now. They're going against the Umpires Association now. So it's good to see that they need to be pinned down, these umpires, because let the game, go to where it's supposed to be the best.
Aren't these guys
which is, hold the ball. We love it.
Before you go, Manny's in a different. Shut up. Manny's in a different position. He hasn't been promoted. I'm always on the top left because I'm the king. But the rest of them come on whenever whoever comes on first gets clicked on first, and that's what happens. And Manny happened to be the first one. He hasn't been promoted. I might demote him in a sec if he keeps going. Let's go.
My question is, these umpires, they're full-time professional umpires, yeah?
They're not.
They're not.
No, part-time. They all have other jobs.
So a lot of them are like teachers and lawyers and shit like that.
So what you're telling me is that we are expecting that these guys are going to put in the training and everything that they have to meet to be able to do the right thing, and yet we're talking about umpires that are what are they just part-time? Well, they're working doing their own ordinary job, and then I've got to go and umpire a game today. I'll see how I feel. I bumped into a couple of Carlton supporters and they were abusing me, so I might punish Carlton today or whatever. I don't understand. That's got me buggered.
I don't think it's a big deal, to tell you the truth. You say full-time or not, whatever, they still go training. They still go training 2 or 3 times a week, whatever. They do umpire training. Don't worry. They have meetings. I don't think it's a big deal that they got to be full-time. Again, I don't think this is all down to the umpires. They're only doing what they're told, mate. Like, this is simple. If the umpires come out and they go, right, what we're going to do now is, when you see them, you're going to give them a second or two before you call it. What do you want them to do? What do you want them to do? Like, it's not their, in a way, it's not their fault. They're only doing what they're told. It's the same with the deliberate. They're saying, if you think that it's not even deliberate anymore, it's insufficient attempt, isn't it? Insufficient, what is it?
They just get too involved in the game, Rock.
Yeah.
Right. They get too involved in the game.
What they're saying is, you didn't try to keep it in. So they're only doing what they're told. I don't want to stand up for the umpires. I don't give a shit. I don't even look at them half the times. But it's when these main issues come up.
Yeah, well, the thing is as well, and I'm as a Richmond supporter as well, we all notoriously know how much we love the umpires, but I'm the first one to sort of talk shit about them. But again, like you said, Rock, I agree. It's not entirely their fault. It's the rules they've been given. It's the fact that they're up to so much interpretation. It's what butchers them every week. And honestly, like, if you had a list of all the free kicks that were paid in the game and you had to look at which ones were correct and which ones were wrong, most games, more often than not, I would say there will be more correct free kicks than there would be incorrect. Yeah. The problem is no one gives a shit about the correct free kicks. No one wants to talk about them. That's why it seems so much worse. And mind you, there is some issues. I'm not saying there's not. There's definitely issues that need to be fixed up on. But 100%. I think considering how hard the game actually is to adjudicate, it's not like tennis, for example, right? If the ball's out, it's out. It's simple. There's no, I think it was out. It is or it isn't. But footy is so different. That's the problem.
So how much do they get paid? Would they be getting paid at least 100,000? 150,000 a year?
I don't know. I think if you make the grand final, it's like 120 grand or so. If you make the grand final,
right? So you're talking about serious money here.
Well, it's okay. I mean, you take out tax, it's a second job, and that's probably 50, 60 grand. They make 70 grand. I mean, it's all right for a weekend. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not like, no, it's good money. It's not that bad.
I don't know.
I agree on this one. How many times has Harry McKay gets raped? I'm telling you, he gets raped at the front, man. Sometimes, and they're just all over him, and they just don't pay it, man. So, but maybe I'm a little bit biased there. But because I watch him a lot, he gets raped because he's so big and strong. He gets pulled and howled, because they're trying to get around him. What does Valentino say? When a player kicks towards a boundary deliberately, then pay it, right? But a 40-meter kick off the side of the bush should never be paid deliberate. What would the umpire know? Yeah, and that's true. That does frustrate me. There was one actually, I think it was the Collingwood Fremantle game. He kicked it like the ball came to him. He just kicked it out in midair, and the ball went out. And they said deliberate. Mate, if he could kick that deliberate the way he did it, he's a fucking genius, mate. All he did was try to kick it out of the pack, like, come on.
But that's the problem. I actually reckon, so like you said before, Rock, they've changed it from deliberate out of bounds to insufficient attempt. I think if they're going to have a rule like that in, it's just going to be deliberate, because what's insufficient attempt? There's times where a player's getting tackled and slung, and as he's getting slung, he puts it on the boot to clear it, and it bounces out 30, 40 meters away, and they go, oh, he didn't try hard enough. Well, what more could he have done? He put it on the boot just to get it out of there. Deliberate? If it's not deliberate...
You're just trying to get rid of the ball as far away as... You're not trying to go to the boundary, And that's what's going to... No, go. I was going to say, Tom, you reckon that the umpires put away the whistle at the end of the game?
Oh, yeah, probably more so.
Well, that's wrong then if they do that.
100%. I mean, look, I'm not saying they do it every week, but you feel it sometimes where you think, oh, they would have paid that if it was in the first quarter, but who knows? Again, it's all up for interpretation. But with the insufficient attempt, if they watch now that players get less time to dispose of the football, how many more insufficient attempts get paid? Because players just going to be trying to get rid of it as quickly as possible, not looking, they're just going, I don't want to get pinned on the ball, bang, get rid of it. It'll roll out of bounds, and now we're going to complain that there's too many insufficient free kicks. I can just see it happening. I think we're fixing one problem, and then we're going to have another one. So, I don't know. I don't think there's ever any
I'm telling you. What did I say? Look it up. Wicked problem, mate. Whenever you try to come up with a solution, mate, sometimes what happens is you just cause another problem down the track that you didn't think was going to happen. And this, you watch this week, and we're playing the first game tomorrow. You watch this week, the holding the ball, how quick they're going to be on the whistle. You watch boys this playing week, tomorrow, right? Yeah, Thursday already. You watch Thursday, how quick.
Oh.
Speaking of paying it quickly, Rock, would you guys prefer to see just the I can't remember what I was about to say now. Would you guys prefer to see prior opportunities scrapped altogether if they're going to be doing it that way? And that way there's no black and white. If you drop it, you drop it. If you don't, you don't. I'm not saying I do. I know it's been talked about whether or not prior opportunity. I think it's dangerous to get rid of it, but then how long's too long? That's the problem. If you get rid of it prior opportunity altogether, then there's no gray area.
If you get rid of it, right, what happens, right? If you get rid of it, then you can hold on to it longer. But if you drop it, or then it's a free. But if you can get away, then the Kerno one would have been fine. Well, it's interesting.
Mate, you could try and get rid of the ball, drop it onto your shoelaces, and that's a prior opportunity now to get rid of the ball, which is not holding the ball. They'll notice that he tried and hit his shoelaces and it's not holding the ball. Come on, boys.
Well, if you get your foot to it, I suppose it's a kick or whatever.
Well, now they're saying that it just touched his boot or just touched his shoelaces. So it did hit his foot or it did touch his fingernail. So he had an opportunity to get rid of it. Come on, boys. Let's just move on with holding the ball. If you drop the ball,
I know you say just. I know you're saying that, but what's the solution, man? What do we do now? They're going to be quicker with the whistle, right? So as soon as you get the ball,
mate, because the AFL now is onto it. The AFL is onto it, and now they're starting to report.
This week,
the umpires
they will be onto it. But I'm saying, what's the solution? We be quicker with the whistle. Yep, there has to be all right. There's a problem. There's a problem, but at the end of the day, everyone can we've got a problem here. But if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem here. What is the solution?
Why has it changed? Why has it changed, Rock? Why has it changed from 4 or 5 years ago? Is it because they've been told, the umpires have been told to give the player the opportunity, regardless if he's dropped it or not, he's had the prior, he's had a chance to get rid of it, to make the game go quicker or just keep moving on without stoppage?
I think they've been told to give him a couple more seconds to get rid of the ball so we can keep the game flowing. That's what I think's happened.
Well, that's what the umpires have been told to do. So
and now it's caused the problem, and now they're trying to go back. Like, you know what's funny? I've always look, everything they're trying to do, right, is to score more goals and make it quicker. Everything they do is to try to get. You know what's funny? Like in 1979, talking to the old Carlton boys, man, they used to average 21 goals a game. 21 goals a game. That's one side, right? We were kicking big scores those days. Now, 40 years later, they're trying to get it back to where it was 50 years ago. Look, we were there. Why are we changing so many things? We were scoring a lot of goals those days. 150 to 120 always. Remember those big scores? Now a big score is fucking 90 to 80. That's a big score these days.
Yeah, you know? but Rocco, you're forgetting something. You're forgetting something. That
what am I forgetting?
If you had every team playing on a ground that's the size of the Marvel.
Oh, you got me, Rat Poison. You got me.
Because the most teams are playing at the MCG. MCG is a big ground. Yeah.
What are you talking about? We didn't play in the 70s at the MCG.
But not as many games because...
What are you talking about?
Listen, you'd play at Princess Park. You'd play at Victoria Park. You'd play at Arden. You'd play at Windy Hill. Do you understand what I'm saying? Smaller grounds, banana. So you're comparing...
You understand that Marble is only about a metre the difference? It's not that much bigger, you banana. All grounds are practically the same size,
no,
mate.
They're not.
Yes, they are. Have a look at the dimension.
You know what the reason for that is, mate?
Go on, mate. Tell me.
Go and watch an old game. Sit back, get the old VHS out. Go and watch a nice old 1980s game, and not one player went backwards, mate. They all went forward. Once they got the ball, they never looked back. They never went sideways. They went forward. They looked for the centre half forward. And that's why they kicked a lot of goals. And it's changing, obviously, because it's all about defensive and stoppages, and it has changed. But mate, I watched an old game a few years, a couple of weeks ago, and not one player looked back from the back line. Bomber Thompson, Damien Harwick, Jason Johnson. They all went forward. So it's changing, obviously. That's why the scores are not to what it used to be, Rock.
There you go, Manny. Princess Park is the same dimension as the G, and I'm telling you that Marvel...
How do you know that? How do you know that?
They made them the same dimension.
Who told you that? Did somebody come on and say that, did they?
Lord. Hey, Quinny, can you look at the dimensions of grounds if you got a chance there? Tell you what, Marvel is the same dimension, except I think it's a metre shorter on the wings. That's all. What do you think? How much bigger do you think they are, Manny? How much bigger do you think they are? That's why they score more goals. That's not why they score more goals. It had nothing to do with it. Mark made up a good point there. They always go forward. I remember some of the players told me too, whenever they used to get the ball, they used to kick it forward because something would happen. Like that's it, just move the ball, just move it. You know what I mean? When now it's about keeping possession. Like you don't want, but we're a bit to blame, Mark.
Yeah.
How many times do you kick the ball long and then you go, why did you kick it long for? Why did you kick it to the side? So we complain too now, Yes, Sydney is definitely shorter. The Sydney is 100% shorter. That is a difference.
All right, I'm not saying anything else. What can I say?
No, it's not that, man. It's not about the dimensions, but it's just a different game. There was more goals. But what I'm saying is they used to score a lot of goals. Then they've changed the rules so much that it's gone down. And now what they're trying to do is get it back to school, because goals is what gives you views, mate. I want to see goals at the end of the day.
People want to see entertainment, mate. They want to see goals. They don't want to watch soccer.
It's a tactical game now, isn't it? It's a lot of tactics, a lot of tactical.
And don't worry, when it's played properly, I mean, it's a beautiful game. If you can switch to the other side and get the ball going down the wing, and then you hit your forward on the lead, I mean, it's a beautiful way to do it. I mean, why would you kick it to a pack when you can run to the other side and maybe switch back and do it? I understand that, and it's never going to stay like the 70s. Of course, tactics are going to move on, you know. But I think we've exhausted that one a bit. Oh, quickly talking about the Thursday, you brought this up. Do you think that there should be more, because this is the last Thursday game?
Yeah, I think it's the second last Thursday.
I reckon.
Is there one next week?
Yeah, I don't know if it's next. Yeah, I think it's next week. There's the second last this week, and then we got one more, but that's it for the year. Yeah, next week it's a Richmond game next week. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it's a long weekend too, so they're going to make it like a big long weekend next weekend. I understand. Yeah, what do you reckon? Do you like Thursday nights?
Personally, I don't like them. I think there's a lot of football going on, so just keep it to the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights. Nice and simple. We love our football, but too much is too much sometimes. So, especially if you want to go to the game, you've got family, kids.
Is there such a thing as too much football? Seriously?
Oh, that's the thing, man. It's too much. Yeah, we love the game, mate, but we need time,
mate.
Yeah,
well, you know what?
We can all kick back on a Thursday night and watch the game, but sometimes it's best to just kick back and watch a movie and not worry about football and just keep the Saturday afternoons. They're the best. Saturday afternoons are the best, aren't they, guys? Come on,
To tell you the truth, it doesn't bother. Like, I like Thursday night. Like, to me, like, I come home, there's a game, I can watch it. Like, it's sit back, it's all good. You know what I mean? It doesn't bother me. Like, tomorrow night, like, I'm wrapped. My games come around real quick. I'm fucking wrapped. So I'm. The bad thing is if we lose, it's a long weekend. I'll tell you that much. But if you win, it's a good weekend. But if you lose,
you go to Adelaide, Rocco. You going to Adelaide?
Nah, not this week.
No, not going to Adelaide Oval.
I don't think it'd be worth going there, Rock.
I've been to one interstate. I might go to one more. I'm not a millionaire. I can't go to fucking all these games, but I'll probably go to one more.
No,
but I've already
you've made a good choice there, Rock, mate. I reckon stay home Friday night, mate. Stay home.
That's good. I reckon it's going to be one of the games of the week for sure, mate. Don't worry about that, man. But we'll talk about that when we get there. But to me, Thursday night is I like it.
I like it too. I like it too, because sometimes you don't know what to watch. And how often do you sit there and you say to yourself, I'm going to watch a movie. You put on a movie, and before you know it, you start chit-chatting away. The other, this and that, and one might enjoy the movie, the other one might not enjoy the movie, and before you know it, you're sleeping on the couch. Mate, I don't mind a game of footy. If your team's not playing, you don't care who wins or loses unless it's going to make a difference to your team. In terms of whether they'll be in the 8 or not in the 8. But I like watching a game of football. I really do. I really do.
Scott the Blue, return of Monday Night Football next week. Well, it's always a Monday game, that one there. The King. Well, now it's the King's birthday.
That's right.
Yeah, I never liked. I don't mind this Monday because it's a holiday. I never liked Monday Night Football. That was a shit day, I reckon, to play. That's an American thing, man. I don't know. I don't like it. I'm starting to like Manny. And
thank you, Blue Bagger.
I'm the big Calm supporter. Manny speaks facts.
Blue Bagger. The Twins are coming back on. The Twins are coming back on. The Twins are coming back on. The Twins.
Seba, 6 or 7 months of the year, footy is my life. Yep, that's pretty much me, man. That's why, mate, when it gets to like the end of fucking September, the last game, man, I'm done. I'm done for like 4. I don't want to know anymore, because
end of September. Now, why would you say that, Rocco?
Because I watch football to the end, Manny.
Yeah, but it would be end of August for say someone like mate Quinn, because they don't get to play football in September. So unless he's watching, I see what
I don't
you
want
mean.
to. I don't want to stand up, as I think Quinn's big enough and ugly enough to look after himself. But I reckon he's seen more grand finals than you in the last 5 years.
What about? I'm not talking about Quinn. I'm talking about
You
Mark.
see Quinn? Oh,
Well,
now
look,
you changed it to Mark. All right.
sorry, Quinn. I'm talking about Marco. I'm talking about Marco because
Are you talking about history or the future?
If it wasn't for the big cocks ruining your it would have been 4 in a row. But
You're talking about Cox, the worst player in the competition, averaging 0.3 goals, 7 disposals, and 3
Let's
marks.
Look at the future, Manny.
Is that the player you're talking about? The
You know
one
what's-
who
you know
last
what's-
week done his leg, got fucking injured on one side of the face, got injured on the other side of the face, and ended up with 4 possessions for the game. Yeah, I wouldn't be mentioning that bloke.
Crocodile got me. My hand went this way and my leg went that way.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? He's a premiership player.
He might be, but he's still a dud. He's still a dud.
Yeah. Anyway,
what's he averaging this week? What's he averaging? Let's say it again. He's averaging 0.3 of goals. Do you know Williams from Carlton played forward 1 week and has kicked more goals than Cox? He's averaging 0.3, 7 disposals, and 3 marks a game from a fucking 200-centimeter baboon. Go back to bloody USA. USA. Fuck off. Go home, you dud. All right. What else did we have? The draw. USA. One more thing, just quickly. I've got 2 more things. Just quickly, the draw. We're still happy with it?
Yeah, I mentioned a little bit earlier, Rocco, about the draw. It's becoming a bit more regular towards the season. I'm not quite sure. Is it the most draws that we've had already in half a season or not? I'm not quite sure. Is it 2?
I haven't seen this, Manny. I haven't seen this.
So there's three draws already. Are we going to get another 3 by the end of the year or not? So, I mean, it's always going to be a talking point, but do we have a draw or not? Simple. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Done. Keep the draw.
We're keeping the draw. Hey, we should be the AFL committee. We should be the AFL committee. That's it, mate. Are we going to do it like this? Yes, bang, done. That's the rule from now on.
That's it. Holding the ball, done.
Yeah, nah, I agree.
Yeah. No, I like it. I love the draw. I think it creates that suspense. Like I don't know, and it's unique because it's one of the only games you might walk away from, and it's that weird feeling like, are you happy? Are you sad? Are you pissed off?
Well, most supporters are not happy. They're not happy. They're not happy. The supporters, you know. I think we need somehow. I'm a bit.
You're not happy when you lose either.
I think there needs to be a result. The finals. Do we have a draw in the finals or not? No, we keep.
No, you can't have a draw in the finals. But you know what, Mark?
Right, so let's
a winner. There is always a winner and a loser in a draw. Always. Like this week, Collingwood was the loser.
Yeah, but everyone walked away not happy. You know, they're not happy.
No, I think Fremantle are happy. Like if you're 25 points down with 6 minutes to go and you draw that game, you're happy.
You're happy, but you're not singing the song. You're not.
No, I know.
You're still wondering if could be or what should have been. Yeah. Mate, if we're going to start getting draws regularly in the season, we might have to change that, guys. You know, just
like Seba said,
that's never going to happen.
Stop changing the fucking rules. Leave the draw. We just decided the draw stays.
Okay.
Done. All right, I've got one more. We're going to quickly talk about before we get into the games, right? Do you any person there, what do we think about like cheaters in the game? Do you think that you should have honor in the game the way you play it and play it fair, do you reckon?
I've always thought so.
Yeah. Integrity. What about integrity? You reckon we should have integrity? What about when you do this sort of shit, right? Maynard. Oh, sorry, not Quainor. Quainor. How about this bloke here?
Quainer, you banana. What does it say?
Quainer? All right, Quainer. Fuck it. I don't really care, man. He can go back too if he goes. I don't want him in this country ever. Fuck him. But listen, Quainor. Quainer. Well, really, it's pronounced Quainor. Really, there's an OR there, isn't there?
Yeah, it's an OR. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Quainor. You can say whatever you want. You can say you want to pronounce it one way, but that's the way it's pronounced. I'm not a liar. I didn't touch it. But I was a liar to claim it. I'm a liar to win the game, but once it's over, I'm honest. What do we say about that, Manny? He's just proven, he's just told the world that he's a big, fat cheater.
Oh, really? Really? How many of your players last year? How many? I think there was at least 4 games where your players did not only did they touch the ball.
Which one? Which one?
Come on,
which
mate.
One?
Let's not talk about which ones. Stop.
Which one? If you're gonna like no again, you want me to take you off? I'll do what I did to Mark. Again, if you're gonna make statements, you've got to have proof beyond which ones.
All right. Well, look. Right now, I can't tell you which ones they were exactly.
So let's now talk.
There were games.
Let's talk. And wait a sec. Shut up, because I'm in charge. Marchbank is one that you probably would have thought about, and Tom mentioned him. But the one thing about Marchbank is, I'll tell you something. The one thing about Marchbank is, he never came out and said that he deliberately cheated on the ground.
Mate, listen. You had, what's his name, Draper, who turned around and said that I dived over the ball intentionally. Is he a liar?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, so why didn't you show that video?
We did. We talked about it. What are you talking about? I showed you a whole video of it.
What are you talking about? Why did you not say that he's a cheater?
Why did you not say he's a cheater? About it. You even bagged him tonight about it. You went on Street Talk and you bagged him. What are you talking about, mate? We're talking about your cheater who came out publicly and said that he's a cheater.
Listen. I have not heard it.
What do you mean? It's a quote. Wait, I'll put it back up again. I have not heard it. All right, let's put it back up again. This is a quote. I am not a liar. I didn't touch it, but I was lying to claim it. That is a quote.
I didn't hear that from.
It doesn't matter what you did, and you don't even watch the games. I'm telling you that your team. Now, my question is this.
Who's your source?
Shut up. My question is this.
Who's your source?
If he's doing it, does that mean that the whole team is a bunch of cheats?
That's bullshit.
Can you help me on this? If one person says that he is a cheater, he deliberately lied and took away the integrity of the game. And the club has done nothing to squash this, right? Does that make the whole Collingwood team a bunch of cheats?
Keep a serious face, will you? Keep a serious face.
When you think about it, like, in the act of the game, you probably didn't touch it, and you said it did touch it. We do it a lot with other sports. Take the advantage while you can, and then you can honestly, say that you didn't, touch it after the game. But it's not right, Manny. It's not right to do that. But we'll do it. I've played a lot of cricket in my days, and you bowl the ball, isn't it? Caught behind, no snick. Yes, he stuck it, and he really didn't snick it, but you take it while you can, and then after you go, nah, he didn't snick it.
So he's a cheat. So
move on.
It's come out this week that Quainor or Quainer, whatever you want to call him, absolutely cheated on the ground. It's come out that the umpires have gone to the Collingwood club and told them stop throwing the ball back to your players because it's actually cheating and will get you. So what does this say about your club, mate? There's no integrity in this shit club of yours, mate.
Well,
How can you do that? And if you want to tell me that you do it during the game and then afterwards, then don't say it on the ABC.
I don't think he said it. I don't think he said it.
Say it.
I've not heard it. I reckon
you don't even watch the game, let alone listen to the ABC.
I reckon you got that just come out from somewhere.
You might have been talking to somebody, media, friends, family, and the news come out. But I'm pretty sure.
No, that was on the ABC. It was an interview.
Well, that's fucking shit, Manny. I'm sorry to say, mate.
He's a dumbass. I swear to God, you've got the dumbest players. No, anyway.
And that's why Collingwood is sitting where they're sitting, mate. That's why they're sitting where they're sitting, mate, because they're lucky to be sitting there.
Look, we got a new song. Side by side, we cheat together. Use our shit. Rat point. He's got me. By profession, I mean people do their job to the best of their ability, following rules.
It's all right, Manny, mate. It's all right. You'll be fine.
No, you're a bunch of
all right, mate. Those cold pies will get there.
He claimed it. I reckon to me, just quite honestly, to me, I played a lot of cricket, right? If I snick the ball, I'd walk, and I'd always did, right? And if especially in indoor cricket, when you would take those catches like low down, mate, if it touched the ground, I would say, keep going, mate. It's not out. I would never, because I don't like winning by cheating. Like, I just don't like it. I want to win. I want to fucking do it on my own,
Good on you, Rocco. Well done.
But apparently, cheating old Collingwood forever. They know how to cheat the game. Hey, if anyone else has got songs about the Collingwood cheating team, can you put them out there? Wow, what Mantula? What else can you say? Prison bars, they're a bunch of cheat criminals.
Yeah.
That's the whole
right.
Keep it to yourself, Wayne. No, keep it to yourself next time. All right, let's go. This has been an interesting. Have we got anything else, or do we move on to the games?
Oh, it's up to you. You're in charge.
I am in charge, but see, as the person in charge, I'm giving you something.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Something.
No, that's right. Good for you.
I'm giving you something. Do you want to take it? Because if you don't, I won't give you anything. Mark, do we move on?
Can we move on?
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right. So we did go through some games this week. Then we had here we go. 11-9-75 to 10-15-75.
Can we mute him?
Yeah. Did you win? Did you win, Manny, or not?
It's Manny's game. So let's talk about it, Manny.
Let's talk about it. When we were 0-1, we were 0-2, 0-3.
Manny. Let's talk about Fremantle and Collingwood.
Okay, we are. And then all of a sudden, they said, Collingwood would be 0-4. And guess what?
Oh, my God. Are you going to fucking talk about... Are you going to talk about the game, or am I going to take you off?
Hey, you took me off. I want to go back where Quinn is. I don't feel comfortable.
No, you've lost your spot because you're an idiot. Talk about your shit game.
I don't like having you on top.
Give us some stats. Do something. Right. Do you know that actually
I'm on top, mate. I'm on
hear about your bloody thing?
All right. Well, you know what, Rocco? It's sad when we've got a lot of players that are out, and we've got a lot of young players that are in who are really starting to show that they want to win a position in the game. But look, the reality is you don't give up a lead like that with only 6 minutes to go. Yeah, 6 minutes to go. We gave up the lead. Look, we didn't lose. We drew. Credit to credit to Fremantle. But having said that, I think at the moment our concerns isn't. You know what? I'd rather take the next 10 games and not lose and draw them than rather what we've been doing, because at the moment we're as Rocco said, he's used that word, the demise of the Collingwood Football Club. We've got De Goey, 4 weeks. Elliott, to be advised. Tom Mitchell, 4 weeks. Scott Biddlebury, 1 week. McStay, to be advised. Hoskin Elliott, to be advised. Jeremy Howe, Myercheck.
So here's your injury list, and they're starting to get bigger and bigger. So I'm way ahead of you. You got Jordan De Goey, 4 weeks, and the problem is with Jordan De Goey, it's not 4 weeks. It's going to be longer than that. Mason Cox, well, that's fucking a blessing for you that he's gone. Elliott he's going to be done. Jeremy Howe is actually back this week. Myercheck is out for like 4 weeks. You got no more forwards. So, what's funny about all this? Because when I was talking about injuries with Carlton and going, I'm not making excuses, but it is a reason. Especially you, Manny, you were laughing there.
No,
you were doing
no,
yes, you were.
no,
yes, you were.
no, not at all.
It was times, you and Mark.
It was Mark.
There.
No, it was
you
Mark.
Agree.
No. Let me finish. It was Mark who turned around and said continuously that, as far as I'm concerned, Mark said that if you're going to get a team on that field, there's no excuses. If they're the best you've got, they're the best you've got. There's no excuses, right? You can't sit there and say, oh, I've got my superstars out, whatever. And you know what? And at the moment, the reality is that it's the teams that don't have the injuries that are going to be doing a lot better coming towards the end of the season, right?
Listen, I recall Manny and Mark laughing at Rocco.
You're interrupting me.
They used to shut up before I mute you, right?
I could give a fuck if you mute me.
Mark definitely started it all. I remember you having a go at me a few times going, the injuries, you're out of the eight. And now what's funny is that when you start talking about your shit game, the first thing you mentioned was your injuries.
Well,
right? I'm actually saying that injuries do matter, right? But you laughed at me and now you mentioned fucking injuries, right? You played and you were in front by 25 points with 6 minutes to go, mate. Right?
So what?
So talk about your shit team now.
So what? That's not the issue. Is not the facts are. The facts are that we were in front, and yes, we lost the game that we should have won, but we didn't lose it. We drew it. So
you lost it. That's a loss to you.
No, it's
when
not.
When you're 25 points up, right, you've got 4 points in your hand.
It's not.
They're in your hand. You got them there. Not. They're there. And what happened was you threw away 2 points.
A draw's a draw. The draw's a draw. Okay. A draw's a draw.
I remember.
We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take the draw. We'll take the draw. At the end of the day, the draw's a draw.
You've got no fucking choice. You got no. Look, he's saying it like he's got a choice. You threw it away, Manny. You're a shit man. Seriously, that last 6 minutes, you threw it away. You were fucking 25 points up, not 5 points, not 10 points. You were 25 points up, and you shit the bed, mate. You shit the bed. And Fremantle aren't even that good.
Really?
No, really.
Oh, okay.
Really? Yes, really.
All right. Thanks for the analysis there, Rocco. Look, the reality is that we gave up a 25-point lead. Yeah, it's disappointing.
But the draw.
We ended up with the draw, but if there's any consolation, like usual, our great superstar Nick Dacos, best on ground. Nick Dacos, best on ground. So,
all right. So you want to talk about you wanted to go there, did you? You wanted to go best your fucking shit side, did you?
Because I'm happy.
You want to go there? Let's go into it. I'll talk to you about fucking your shit Nick Dacos, right? We'll talk about your shit Nick Dacos because the way you look at the game is like a kindergarten person. Because all you look at is Oh, he's had like 35 possessions, right? I'm going to give you something about your shit Nick Dacos, right? 35 possessions, right? He's had 10 turnovers, right? And his disposal efficiency is 66%. He's only hitting the target just over half the times, mate. He missed 2 goals, and that was your best player. That was your best player, was it? A person that hits the target.
It was best on ground.
66%,
Best on ground.
bro.
Best on ground.
66%, bro. That is pathetic. He is
Best on ground.
He's a glory getter. That's all he is. Let's talk about your other shit bloody player there,
Best on
right?
ground.
In Josh Dacos. I'll give you something about Josh Dacos. 26 disposals at 62%. Even worse. Even worse, mate. Have you got any other stats? Or do you just look at the AFL app when you look at your stats and try to come on here and talk about your game?
No. You've you want to sit there and you want to say what you say. That's fine. I've got no issue with that. All I know is he was
Pendlebury, one of your stars. What do you reckon, Pendlebury? What kind of percentage you reckon he was kicking at?
I don't know. You tell me.
39%. That's below the AF. That is a disgrace, mate. This is the kind of. These are your players. This is what you came up with. See, the thing is, Manny, you brought him up.
All right.
You brought him up as the best player who can't even hit 62%.
At the moment, Curnow is leading the what's that? Is that the Coleman Medal? Is that what it's called?
I don't know. You know.
Yeah. All right. What at the moment is he averaging?
At
Tell
what?
me.
I don't know.
He's
33 goals. That's what he's averaging.
He's scoring accuracy.
33 goals. Leading
He's
the
scoring
Coleman.
accuracy.
33 goals. 33 goals. Leading the Coleman.
Listen, if you're not going to
33 goals. I don't know what else you want from him. I don't know what else you want. 33 goals.
Yeah.
Leading the Coleman. What else do you want, Manny?
I just asked you, what is his accuracy?
I don't know. But it's 33 goals. I know that.
Is it 50%?
I don't know, but it's 33 goals.
Well, if you don't know, stop talking. If you don't know, stop
talking.
Stop talking.
Why would stop talking? You wish you had a player that kicked 33 goals.
What's that?
You wish you had a player that kicked 33 goals.
Well, all I know is at the moment are you in the 8?
Yes.
Oh, you are in the 8. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
Well, and I can't even believe now you come onto this show and you didn't even know that Coleman in the 8. That's the kind of preparation you come up with.
No, because
what you do is you come on 5 minutes before, you have a look at the bloody, you have a look at your fucking AFL app, and you come up with Dacos was the best player. Hit the road. These are a bunch of shit. What a bunch. That was the worst game I've seen, mate. Use our shit.
Anyway, Manny, I did watch the game between Freo and Collingwood. It was pretty boring. But yeah, the Pies are in a little bit of trouble, buddy, mate. They have got a few injuries. They have got a few injuries.
At the end of the day, listen, in 1990, when Collingwood won the premiership.
Here we go.
Right? The Collingwood won that premiership. You think they won it?
In 1908, when fucking Collingwood won the premiership. Who gives a fuck? 1990. We're talking about Fremantle and Collingwood.
In 1990, when they won the premiership, did they win it because they were a better side? No. They won it because they had less injuries than the Bombers.
No, they won it because Essendon played fucking 2 games in fucking 5 weeks.
Don't talk.
Anyway, on the game, quickly, I like to do my own opinions on the game before Rocco mutes me, but the Freo and Collingwood game, just quickly, Magpie Manny there. The Pies are a little bit of trouble, mate. They got some injuries coming through, and I don't think they've got enough depth to keep them going. So lucky to get the draw. I wouldn't be too impressed with that, mate. But I think obviously injuries are going to take a toll. But very lucky to get the draw. So good on your Pies. You're in the 8.
If you think about it, Mark, what have they done? They drew. They just beat Adelaide. They drew against you guys. They beat West Coast by a lot. Who else did they just beat? They just got over someone else.
Yeah. Look, they haven't been. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to Manny. Look, you're lucky to get the points and half points, but yeah, I think you got a bit of trouble the next 3 or 4 weeks, Manny. But I think
the game for us will be the Melbourne game. I don't think Footscray, the Bulldogs ain't going to be because at the moment the Bulldogs are sort of they're hot and cold. I think the Melbourne game is going to be the real.
Only the week before, and this week they almost beat Sydney. They almost beat Sydney this week.
Hey, Houdini, stop interrupting me.
They almost beat. I'll interrupt whoever I want. They almost beat Sydney this week. What are you talking about?
We've got North Melbourne after that, and then we've got the bye. I think we're looking forward to the bye. Yeah. We're definitely looking forward to the bye. We're looking forward to getting some players back. Look. It's a tactical game. It's a tactical game, and it is what it is.
Know about tactic? What tactics did you use to be 25 points in front?
Right. So what's the next game?
No, what tactics? Since it's a tactical game, what tactics did Collingwood use to be 25 points in front with 6 minutes to go? Where did you win the game? Where were you leading then, Manny?
That's not what I said. I said that we've got the Bulldogs this week, we've got Melbourne next week, then we've got North Melbourne, and then we've got the bye. We're looking forward to the bye. Of course it is, because
what tactics did Collingwood use to be 25 points in front?
When you don't have enough players. When you haven't got a full side, you bring in a lot of these young talent in there.
Did you play with less than 22 players?
Oh, now here we go. Hey, Marco. Now he's starting to backtrack. He sounds a bit like you now, Marco.
Why not backtrack? You said when you play with
I know nothing.
Did you have 22 at the ground?
We didn't have a full side.
What do you mean you put 22 on the ground? I remember you telling me that it doesn't matter. It's about who goes on the ground. Did you have 22 on the ground? Did you have 22 on the ground? Are you making excuses there, Manny? Are you trying to backtrack? I asked you a simple question, Manny. What were the tactics that you used to be 25 points in front?
All right. Well, let me ask you another question.
No, until you answer that question, I'm not going to talk to you. What tactics did you use to be 25 points in front?
No tactics.
We used no tactics. No tactics. It was the
now we move on.
The fact that we ended up
we didn't use no tactics. We don't need a coach. We don't use any tactics. We don't know anything about the game.
That ball wasting is really what made us
the ball 62% efficiency. Is that what it was? The 62% efficiency by your Dacosses, the 39% by your Pendlebury's. Was that the way you did it? Oh, sorry. Have a look at you. I know you're looking down at the AFL.
I'm looking at the fact that you got done by Sydney by 52 points.
That's all right. But what did we do this week? We came back. Let's see what you do this week.
You came back, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't?
Fantastic.
We didn't? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Since your game's got no tactics, let's talk about a game that maybe had some sort of tactics, all right?
Let's talk about it.
That's fantastic, mate. That's fantastic. Here you go. I mean, if you want to be smart, last week, oh, here you go. It's 15-12, 102 to 11-7, 73. And just hold on a sec. I just want to see something. Very good. So you can laugh as much as you want. I just had a quick look at that. And, you didn't pick Carlton to win. So you thought we had no chance.
I thought I picked Carlton.
No, you didn't.
You sure you don't change things around?
Well, what I changed around? I'm looking at it now. Carlton and the Suns. Manny went for the Suns. And then Rocco, Quinn, and Mark all went for Carlton, and Mark did the flip of the coin.
That's right.
Right. So you didn't go for it, so you're talking shit. So anyway, I thought it was a good comeback from last week. We got absolutely beaten in every aspect the week before. To come back, and we absolutely smashed them. If we had kicked straight, we would have killed them. Like, I'm not too worried about the scoreboard because we won it in every aspect. I mean, even I don't do what Manny does and just look at disposals, but it was something like 409 to like 270. So the disposals was, and that wasn't just bullshit like backward disposals. I mean, this was control of the ball the whole game, you know. So, and the thing, but I will show you where we won, Manny, and this is what you do to analyze a game, right? I'll show you something, right? And this is what's important. This is Carlton scoring.
That's it. Well done. That's it. You analyze something because last week when you got done.
All right. So scores from stoppages. You can see that was 37 was plus 10, and then you got scores from turnovers 25. But the big one where we got smashed last week was 12-3-75 plus 49 from scores from defense. And that's where we turned around the game. And that's huge. A 49, I think, is the biggest for the year for any club to get your ball from defense and score.
Wow.
So that's where we won the game.
Wow.
And that's how we do it. We also, I can take you off anytime you want, man.
Wow.
I can take you off anytime you want. Anytime you want, I can take you off. Right?
I couldn't care less, mate. You
can take me off. I think you do, but this is the highlight of your fucking week.
I don't, mate.
Anyway, let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Right? That's where we won the game. Also, he's done a few tactical moves this week, which really worked. So we have Williams who came, put in the front and kicked his 4 goals, and he looked good. Doesn't mean he'll be there every week, no, but it gives us a bit of like variety. We can put him up there when we need him. Also, the big move, I think Cowan played really good. This is without like Cripps and that playing the game of his life. And we also put Chincotta, and we put him on a tagging role on Took Miller, and he absolutely had him in his back pocket for the whole game. So that was a good move. I think the tagging role has kind of disappeared in recent times, you know, but it could be something. I think Chincotta is going to have a tagging role this week too, I think. So that's where we won the game. We came back. I think it was a good win, and no injuries. Set ourselves up. That's how you do a review of the game, Manny. Has Rocco?
No,
not yet. But keep going, and I will.
That's fantastic. We're happy for you.
Came prepared. The prop comic is back.
He's got to bring out the props. Go one more. He's got another one.
He's got one more too.
Hey, Mark, you know what I can do? Yeah, keep going. I don't know what truth I'm handling. Mark, can you hear me now? We're not talking about the We're going to be talking about your side in a sec. But you know what I can do, Mark? If you get too smart, just like the dictator I am, I can do this.
See you, man. Bye-bye, buddy.
See, Mark, I've always got something up my sleeve, mate. Anyway, that's
bit of fun, boys. Bit of fun.
No,
you want my opinion, Rocco? You want my opinion?
Always. But as long as you understand that if you say something and I want to clear up a point, you're going to let me do it.
Can I have 1 minute?
You can have 1 minute. But if you say something I don't like, I will clear it up.
There was a point there from Matula about Carlton playing 4 quarters of football.
Yes.
So although Carlton beat a team in the Gold Coast that are quite young, still in the side, you know.
Before you go, I told you if I'm going to clear up a point, I'd be careful what you say, right? Because
why?
Because who are you playing this week?
This is my opinion again.
I'm just
It's
saying,
about
be
time.
careful what you say,
I'll
because
give you-
everything
I'll
you
give you-
say,
I'll
I
give you-
will bring back next week. Be careful
I'm
what you
giving
say about Broncos.
Carlton viewers some gratitude here, right? Although
All right, tell me.
Carlton played a good 4 quarters of football against a team that obviously, is quite still young. They haven't won a game interstate in Marvel. I don't think they've ever won one game. Look, great to see Carlton get the points. But I'm still not convinced about a 30-point win at home at Marvel under the roof against a team that's here and there. So it was good to see Carlton win and get the supporters up and about and get them all revved up for 1 week only. And good on you, Rocco, mate. I love it. I love to see Carlton get out and win and like Collingwood. And I want Richmond, get a little bit more, which they did on the weekend. And I'll talk about the Richmond game a little bit later, Quinn. But, mate, good on you, Rock, mate. Fantastic. I'm wrapped that Carlton won against a team that haven't even won.
Really,
Well, he does. He just told you that.
really, Mark?
What's wrong with you?
Do you really?
Hey, Mark.
Do you really, Mark?
First of all, the Gold Coast Suns played up north against Geelong, and the conditions were absolutely shocking. Even the grounds looked pathetic, right? And then they come and they play against Carlton, who ended up playing. Carlton didn't play against Sydney. They was thinking that was training for Sydney. Anyway, so you can't compare. Don't worry about it.
That's my theory, Manny. That was my theory with Rock. Yeah. You can compare it because you got 29 points. It was a good win, but I don't think it was still convincing. I'm being honest, guys. Yeah, look, it was great to see him win. Get the supporters out there, and But Gold Coast really haven't beat anyone in Melbourne as yet. So good on you, boys.
So we did what we had to do. We did what we had to do.
You did what you had to do, mate.
Hey,
exactly.
You see what Matula said?
There's nothing. You had to do what you had to do to get the 4 points.
Hey, Rocco.
Regardless of
what Matula just said.
To me, it was a pretty good performance, bro. All the way. If you look at all areas of the game, it was a brilliant performance.
Yeah.
Well, Carlton.
Yeah, 1 week on, 1 week off.
Yeah.
Inconsistency.
Okay.
In all areas of the game, it was a brilliant performance.
Yeah, and 1 week.
Against a team that hasn't won a game.
Back from last week, because
a
lot of people had a lot of doubt.
You're playing Gold Coast, You're playing Gold Coast.
You're inconsistent.
You're playing Gold Coast, mate.
Inconsistent.
I know.
You're not playing
Inconsistent.
I know.
Inconsistent.
Gold Coast was on the same amount of points.
Yeah, inconsistency. No consistency with your team. You want
What
to
would
sit
you
there
know
and brag.
about consistency?
Correct.
You want to brag.
What would you know about consistency? Tell us about consistency, Magpie Manny. Tell us about what consistency we had. Tell me.
What do you mean? Last week you got done by Sydney.
Yeah.
You sit there, you guys were lost. You were sitting there, you had no idea.
Yeah.
How did we lose that game? What happened? You guys were sitting there making excuses. Now you beat all of a sudden the Suns, and you guys are a super team.
But when you talk about consistency, you would have to talk about the 10 games. So tell me where we haven't been consistent.
You guys haven't been consistent, man.
Well, tell me. Let's start. Go through round one.
Yeah.
Round one, who did we play and why weren't we consistent?
Well, you played against Brisbane.
And we won.
By a point.
So what? You just drew and you said you were happy with it. Now
you played an undermanned side, the Tigers.
No. At the time, don't go making stuff up. At the time, Richmond was probably at their best.
Oh, yeah, at the time, yeah. Oh,
Shut up,
yeah.
Quinny. When you played Carlton in round 2,
Hey,
that's when you
hey,
were.
Rocco.
That's when you
Yeah,
were.
Rocco.
Oh,
You
yeah.
started
Before
did you have any injuries?
Rocco.
You're at peak. The peak.
That
So
was
there
when
you go.
that was in that same period of time we beat Sydney as well.
Rocco.
So shut up. So no,
No.
shut up. We're talking to
Then
Quinny
you
here.
played.
So we
then
had
you
the
played North
Richmond. No,
Melbourne.
shut up. We had the Richmond supporter, right?
Yeah.
Who's now.
Then you played North
So
Melbourne.
you're making up stuff again
You
now.
played
Then
North
we played
Melbourne.
North Melbourne.
Wow. There's a team for you. You played North Melbourne.
Yeah, but everyone's got to play North Melbourne.
The only game that you showed.
Wait a sec. Don't say wow. Don't say wow. Don't say wow. Don't wait.
As far as
Shut
I'm
up.
concerned,
Shut up.
was a
Shut
Fremantle
up.
game.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Don't say wow, because everyone has played North Melbourne, right? So everyone's got to play North Melbourne. So then go again. Keep going. We play Fremantle and we
You won
beat
by
them.
10 points. You won by 10 points, and that was
probably 10 more points than you.
That was
10 more points than you.
That was the best game I had seen Carlton
No,
play.
it's not. It's not the best game. It's not the best game. What would you know about that? Then you go. Then you go. The next one go.
Then you lost against. Then you lost against the Crows.
Yeah.
You lost against the Crows.
Yeah.
Stone the Crow. You lost from the Crows.
Keep going.
Then you beat the Giants, and that was the last quarter where Curnow did that. That was a good game. Yes.
Oh yeah, all right, because you know about games. Keep going.
That was a good game. Then, unfortunately, you played against the geriatrics.
Did you? At the time, they were unbeaten.
We are Geelong, the greatest team of all.
But at the time, they were unbeaten.
Come on, mate. Come on.
What do you mean, come on? At the time, wait a second. At the time, they were one of the flag favourites. So stop talking your shit, and we just lost. They had no injuries. Then we played Collingwood, and we were hopeless, right? And what happened? You couldn't put us away. You won in the last 10 seconds. You loser. You loser.
You lost.
Then we win against Melbourne. Then we get beaten.
Wow. We beat him and we beat them and we beat them and we beat them.
So the question is, where's the inconsistency?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'll give you the consistency, Rocco. 2-3 weeks ago, you said that Essendon's got the worst percentage for being in the top 8. Now, you guys at the moment are 0.4% more than what we are.
It's still better than yours.
Yeah. And you're saying for
it's
us
still better than yours.
We've got the worst percentage.
It's still better than yours.
And you guys are sitting 0.4, not even 1.4, 0.4% more than what Essendon are. And you're saying that Essendon, the way they're playing, is shit football to be in the top 8.
When but look who
you guys are in the top 8. Now
you got to think about Marco. You got to think about the teams you've played.
Doesn't matter about the teams you've played.
Of course it matters. Of course it matters.
Gold Coast. You played Gold Coast.
Well, you're playing Gold Coast this week. Let's hope you win, Marco. Let's hope you win this week.
You're playing Gold Coast this week.
I wouldn't be talking the week before you play Gold Coast.
Hang on.
Well, you're going to play Port Adelaide, mate.
It
could be 69 points, mate.
I'm not talking.
How many teams are there in the league?
You're talking.
There are 18.
You're the one that told me that Essendon with the percentage. All right, so let's just cut that.
You played the North Melbourne. You played the Eagles. You just got over the fucking Eagles, who just lost by 100 points.
What? When who'd you play? You played Richmond. Didn't you guys play Richmond
at the start of the year? At the start of the year, that was they beat Sydney at the start of the year. You banana.
I've got.
You just got over. We'll talk about your team in a second, Marco. Let's actually go to your team.
Just quickly, I brought the ladder up. And the bottom 5, starting from 14th down to 18th, you've got Hawthorn, St Kilda, West Coast, Richmond, and North Melbourne. which by no coincidence, Essendon's played all 5 of those teams already. And scraped over the line against 3 of them. So you want to talk about consistency?
Who's Hawthorn?
Pardon?
Who's Hawthorn? Son of a Quinn.
They just beat the grand final last year.
Queen's come with the goods. You played the bottom 4 sides. You played the bottom 5 sides, and you've just got over 3 of them.
And a couple of those sides are starting to win. Hawthorn, West Coast, sooner or later will be Richmond.
That is the
and North.
I love
North will take a scalp, mate. Very soon, North they'll take a scalp.
You know what's funny? They've played the bottom 4 sides. They've just got over 3 of them, and North they only beat them in 1 quarter.
While
we're going, yeah.
Is it fair to say?
You know what we'll see in the next 3 or 4 weeks, because now you're going to start playing some competition, Mark, and then we'll talk, right? But while we're there, let's go into this one. 10, 14, 74. Shut up, Manny. Go and look at your AFL app so you can get your stats. 10, 14, 74 to 12, 14, 86. Essendon just got over Richmond's VFL side.
Marco, can I ask a question? Do you honestly believe the way? Don't worry about Rocco. He's got nothing better to do. But do you honestly believe that the way the Bombers are playing, right? Honest in your opinion, and having said the fact that you've played every single team, as Quinn pointed out, would you say that you will be a team to be reckoned with coming this year finals football?
Man, where are we sitting?
Second.
Right. That's all there is to it, mate. We are sitting second on the ladder. Regardless of who we're playing, we could have lost some of those games if we weren't to that potential. We could have lost against North. We could have lost against West Coast. We could have lost against Richmond. That's fine. I'm happy with that. But at the end of the day, we're still sitting second on the ladder. You guys are not. Right. Richmond are gone, right? So I'm happy with where we are sitting at the moment. And if I can't be proud of where we're sitting, regardless of what happens in the next 10 weeks, I'll support them. But be quite surprised that we're going to beat some of these teams that people are saying we've got an easy draw, like a hard draw. I reckon we've got an easy draw. We can beat these teams. So confidence in your team.
Anyway, let's talk about how you lost. Let's talk about how you just got over the VFL Richmond.
Well, what's just mean? What's just mean? Just. All right. Quinny.
We beat our side by 5 goals, but that wasn't convincing. You just got over. We just got over. We beat a full strength fucking Gold Coast, and you're going to play them this week, and I'm going to love that game, right? And you just got over. I'm telling you, how many players, Quinny, have you got to pick from?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
25, I think 24, 25.
25.
You got 22. You got 22 players that played,
and you just got over it.
Right, 22 players that played football, mate. That's all that matters, Quinn.
So just on that, because that's true, we had 22 players that played. If 22 Oz kickers ran out there and played on the weekend, would you be saying the same thing?
Oh, come on, Quinn. Now you start.
Well, there's obviously a talent differential. There's clearly a talent differential. It doesn't matter.
I can name some of your players that played on the weekend. Dusty Martin.
Yeah.
Tamblin.
Who?
Shea Bolton.
Who? Tambling?
Tambling.
He's a player since 2010.
the other Indigenous player. What was his name?
Which one? You mentioned Shea Bolton already.
The other guy.
Who missed the whole fourth quarter, mind you.
Shea Bolton didn't get knocked out in that last quarter.
Don't worry about the last quarter, Rocco. I'm talking about
you would have lost the game. You would have lost the game. If Richmond had kicked one of those 4 points that they kicked in the first 5 or 10 minutes of that last quarter, you would have lost that game.
Yeah.
Oh, who else was playing? Matthew Richardson, Mark Tambling, Jimmy Jess. Who else was playing, mate?
Jimmy Jess.
Who else was playing? Tambling.
Okay. So look, what I'm trying to say is that the players that Richmond had, they had experienced players, and the ruckman there, they had Grimes, whatever. What was it? The other one there, the back line there, Bolter.
Didn't play.
Grimes wasn't playing. You even
No,
know
Grimes
the
hasn't played in weeks.
What squad are you looking at, Mark?
Looking at the team list there. If you go back to the team list there, Quinn, I reckon there would have been at least 12 players that would have been in your top 22.
KB?
Ben Mason played on the weekend.
Sorry?
I reckon if KB would have kicked one of those points, fucking hell, you could have almost won that game.
All right. So I'm trying to give Richmond some gratitude here, but obviously if they had the whole team,
at least if you look at the right,
they'd be in the top four by now. But anyway, I believe that it was a great spectacle. I believe it was a great spectacle. I'd prefer blockbuster
that I agree
games,
with.
The blockbuster games that Essendon, Richmond, and Collingwood and Carlton, and Collingwood and Essendon, Anzac Day. We have to be competitive. And I enjoyed it because it was like a competitive game. I didn't want Essendon to go out there and smash Richmond by 100 points because I probably would have, drank another slab of beers in the corporate box and fell asleep. But I was happy to see some form of competitiveness in the game. Yeah, that's what we want to see. Is that correct or not, boys? Don't we want to see a game of football that two teams are going out there, regardless of what the situation is, players, injuries, depth in the side, one quarter wonders. You just want two teams to go out there and battle for a spectacle. And I believed that it was a great game to watch, although we were in front a couple of times in the quarters by about 3 or 4 goals that we could have continuously
wait a
run
sec,
over.
before you go on, there's been some breaking news. I've got to get this out. Kevin Bartlett was picked up in the mid-season draft just before. We've got Kevin Bartlett. He's back.
Bring him on. Because at one stage, Quinn, I felt that when Essendon was about 3 or 4 goals up, I felt that we might take the game and the game would have been over, quite easy. But full credit to Richmond. They fought it. They had some good players out there that they're going to make a big difference in the next 1 or 2 years. And they come back within a couple of goals throughout the whole game. So good spectacle. However, good to see Jordan really back. He's our main man in the back line, best on ground. The package, 200th game, 4 goals. He's getting close. He's top 10 now in the Coleman medal. Zach Merritt again, fantastic. What a captain this guy is. And just quickly mention Langford again. Kicked 1 goal last week, but the X factor, he'll come out and kick 3 or 4 goals the week after. So 4 points to Essendon. Job well done. Sorry, Quinny. Great game. Go to mighty fucking Bombers, mate.
That's all right. It was a good game. Like you said, it was a spectacle. I remember last week you said it was going to be 40 or 50 point margin. So the fact that, it was a couple of kicks in it was pretty promising. So I was happy with that. I thought the performance of a few of our boys were good. I thought, we kept 2 meter Peter and no goals. Noah Bolter did a good job going down in the back line there. So I was happy with that. Obviously, Dusty hit some form, which was nice to see. Looked a bit like his old self, which was awesome. Shea Bolton playing really good footy till he went down in the last quarter. So plenty of promising signs. In the rucks, we had double the hit out. So Nank sort of was all over the old veteran there. And in the middle, we beat you around the stoppages as well. So there's the good signs for Richmond. Obviously didn't win the game, but there was definitely some wins to look forward to.
Dusty had a great game.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Dusty was very good. One of our better players on the day.
Let's make Quinny. Smile here. Dusty picks it up from the Finney, turns around from the 50 and kicks. So let's do that again, eh?
Oh, mate.
Let's do that again. We got to show that again. And he picks up the ball and he runs to the 50. Oh, and he goes onto his right. I had to cut these a bit short because of bloody copyright, but there you go.
Yeah, you'll get pinned for copyright if you're not careful.
So we quickly,
Superstar,
I just wanted to make you
superstar.
laugh. So I did watch the game, right? And as usual, I'm telling you, Essendon, really, mediocre team, mate. You got smashed around the stoppages. As I said, I was actually surprised how well Richmond played, man, with that VFL side they put out there. You can say whatever you want about the 22 out there and that, but I've stated this before, man. Teams don't make it an excuse, but it's actual a fact, man. When you got that sort of quality out of your side, you can't expect to bring out good games, man. It's just too hard,
Why?
mate. Like,
Why?
hey, why?
Why?
Did you just ask why?
What do you mean,
Play for
why,
the
though?
Spirit. What do you mean? Look, what do you mean? Why?
It doesn't matter the spirit. All right, if I take out your Langford, your fucking package, if I take out Langford, the package, Merritt, who else? The rest
Draper,
of them.
Draper.
We could say your fucking defender there, Mackay, and one
We're
more.
missing players too, mate.
You think
Like-
that you would still be competitive?
We're missing players too.
Do you still
Draper,
think you would be
Darcy
competitive?
Parish, Ben Hobbs, Westerfield. Huh?
What about
Who's
him?
Are you missing Mel Michael as well? You can't
Ben
compare
Hobbs,
the
mate,
caliber of
he's
players.
He's a gun, hard, tough midfielder, mate. Same Draper, Darcy Parish, Hobbs, Setterfield. We're missing players. Reed. So we're missing players as well. Don't get me wrong.
Did you
Who's
name?
Reed? Setterfield's not in your best
The
22.
reserve
Zach
Setterfield.
Reed is one of our
You
best
can't get a
backmen.
game. How are you naming players that just can't get a game?
They're injured.
Who Setterfield?
Draper wasn't getting picked earlier this year either.
Draper's 6 weeks out, Parish 4 weeks out, Hobbs 4
They
weeks out,
dropped
Setterfield
the
3 weeks
Draper
out.
for crying out loud. You're picking
No,
players just,
no.
mate.
The
If you
55-year-old
take out,
kicked Draper out of the
we've
team.
had this argument before, but if you take out those 5 players I mentioned from your side, you would be below fucking North Melbourne. Trust me.
Okay.
You're playing a shit game plan and you're just getting over these sides, Mark. We'll see
A win's
what
a
happens.
win. A win's a win. A win is a win. A win is a
Geelong,
win.
Richmond's got
But
Geelong
when you
this
look
week.
at the
So
win.
overall, when you look at the overall
100
A win
points.
season,
is
a
a
win
win.
is not just a win.
Yeah, it is.
it is just a win,
You
mate.
know, man.
You're banking,
You don't
mate.
know
You're
where the
banking.
fucking MCG is.
A win is a win.
Will Setterfield
banking,
is
mate.
not in your best 22. Why are you naming these players?
Yes. Xavier Dersma, another one. Dersma we're missing. He's another one of our players. Dersma.
Look how
Well,
long it took for you to even find a player, mate.
Well, I haven't got all day to go sitting there watching the injury list, but I know which players are.
Well, I know my
injured,
injury
so-
list.
There's another one.
We know
Dersma.
his injury list.
Yeah.
We all know our
Thank
injury
you,
list.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom, for that. Appreciate that, Tom.
That's probably you're only missing terrible Dersma.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Who
He's
else are you
terrible.
missing? All right,
I'll
so
just-
who
I'll
would
just-
you
I'll
put
just-
into
I'll just
your
name
side?
Tom.
Who would
I'll
you
just
put
name-
into your Who would you put into your side if they were available right now, and who would you take out right now?
Well, that's not a conversation.
Yes, it is. I'm having it right now. I'm bringing it right up. Since you know so much, who would you
all
bring
those
into
players.
your side? I bet you if I ask Quinny, if I ask Quinny right now, he'll tell me exactly who he would put
all
in and out
of
of
those
his side.
players would be in our best 22.
So who would you put in? So who would you put in?
Draper, Parish, Hobbs, Setterfield, Reed, and Dersma in the side.
And who would you take out? Who would you take out?
I won't take out.
Of course
those
you
players
would. If you
because-
put those players
because they're
in,
winning.
you've got to
Because they're
replace
winning,
them.
mate. Because we have.
You've
we
got to
have
replace
depth in our side.
But you're
We
saying
have-
they're your best 22. You're saying they're your best 22.
And that's a good thing to have, mate. Depth in your side.
I know, but you're saying they're your best 22 and you would put them in. So who would you take out?
Well, it's hard to do that when they're winning. Right.
Why?
That's what I'm trying to say to you.
Why?
But we're missing players too. We're missing players.
So who would you take out to put them in?
Well, at this stage, I'll probably.
You know what? I'll give you till next week.
At this stage, I'll probably say any player because, and we're also missing Jones from suspension for 1 week because that was bullshit. So that's number 8. So 8 players already that I would put in my 22.
Yeah, but and who would you take out?
I would be finding it very hard to take the other 8 players out because
they're not your best 22.
So that is a good problem to have.
You're saying like that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You're saying we have got 8 out of our best 22, but we've got the best 22 on the ground. Like that doesn't make sense.
No, I didn't say that they're in our best 22. They could be in our best 22.
No, who would you take out? Who would you take out?
I'm not going to say I'm going to take any players out because we're winning, mate.
But you don't know.
At the end of the day,
you don't know.
Next week, what I'm going to do, all of our fit players, all right, plus your emergencies, I'll put my best 22 players, which I do every week. I sit there and I write it down, who my best 22 players are, and then I'll give you that prognosis next week, all right? But any of those players would be in my best 22.
I'll give you till next week. Apparently, Glenn Manton's coming back. He's in your best 22. Vault.
We threw him out to Carlton, so he's a reject from Carlton.
And he won a premiership.
Alan Izard, fantastic. Alan Izard. Whoa.
Al Michael's coming back, I heard.
I heard Al Michael. That's funny, man. I'm telling you, you come up with the best gold, mate. We've got 8 of our best 22 out, but we can't put them into the side. Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just amazed at that. All right, let's have a look at this ladder. Again, I think someone wrote it before. I've actually lost 35 brain cells after talking to you, but let's have a look at the ladder. Here we go. This is your job, Manny. That's all you're capable of doing. Let's go for it.
Yeah, look, Bombers are looking hot, and you know what? Like Mark said, it doesn't really matter how you get the wins. A win's a win. You got the Pies that are sitting just above Carlton by percentage, and I think the Tigers are just thinking more about 20, 25, 26, 27, and 28. So yeah.
We might be just below you, Manny, but we've won more games.
Yeah. You have. It's amazing.
Yeah,
you won more games.
You can't finish off a game because you got players like players who go on 60.
Footy's a funny game. It's a funny game. You know?
Well done. I wish I had players that went at 60%. Fantastic. As long as they kick that one goal, and then that's it. We can all fucking.
Well, that's what Kerno's at 50. Kerno's at 55%.
You wish you had. Goal kicking's different. You wish you had a player that's
goal kicking.
You need the last 2 Coleman medalists. Who's won the last 2 Coleman medalists? Who's won the last 2? Who's won the last 2 Coleman medalists?
You
know what a Coleman? Wait a sec. Wait. Do you know what a Coleman medalist is? Do you know what the Coleman medalist is?
So Kerno's unlucky. He's a superstar.
Wait a sec. Can you tell me what a Coleman medalist is?
So Kerno's won it twice now, 2 years in a row.
What is a Coleman medalist?
Right. So he's won.
What is a Coleman medalist?
The one that scores the most goals for the season.
And who was Coleman?
Some fucking cockhead.
Yeah, who played for Collingwood, you fucking idiot.
If that satisfies you,
I can't believe it. He just called his greatest goal kicker a cockhead. That is the best, mate. Oh, my God. Who's won the last 2 Coleman medalists?
Kerno.
And you're laughing at him, and he's leading it this year.
Playing for a shit team. That's what I'm laughing at.
Hey, can I just say something? I've got to clip that. Who's Coleman? Some shit player. You're a fucking banana, man.
Hey, Rocco.
I can't believe how easy it is to get you, mate. It's so easy.
Okay. Let me tell you something. Coleman or no Coleman, the facts are that I feel sorry for Charlie.
Do you?
I do. I really do. I think if he was, and correct me if I'm wrong, Quinn, I reckon if Kerno was playing for another side and not Carlton, he potentially could have ended up being a premiership player. I believe that. I really believe that. I think at the moment your team is so inconsistent that they can't get it right with poor Charlie. He's a superstar. I'd love to have him.
What can't they get right? What can't they get right with 33 goals, sitting 8th and on the same points as you and in the top 8? What's inconsistent about that?
Come on, Rocco. Come on. Are you serious? Are you serious?
No, Manny,
Is that what you're saying? He's got 33 goals. Okay.
You know what I'm sick of you? When I ask you a question, what you do is this is you. I'll do an impression of Manny. Whenever I ask him a question that he doesn't know, this is him. Come on. And then he changes the subject.
Well, Rocco, what I'm saying.
What's inconsistent about making a fucking preliminary in 2023 and now in round fucking, what are we, round 11 in 8th with 7 wins and 4 losses? Are you serious, Manny? I know you want to be the clown on the show. But please, absolutely bring something to the fucking thing, mate. Please bring something. Please.
I
my God.
I think you got it all wrong.
You know what it is? It's either Mark one week and then you must go, I can't handle Mark having all the limelight. I've got to act like an idiot this week.
You've got it all wrong.
Hey, Manny, you need one of these. You need one of these, Manny.
So what's inconsistent, Manny? I'm still waiting. We make a preliminary in round 10. We're 7 and 4. You got to remember, we are 7 and shut up. We are 7. Shut up. We are 7 and 4. We got more wins than you.
Right. Let me answer the question.
More wins than you. So how can we be inconsistent?
How many wins have you got?
We got 7. How many have you got?
We got 6 and 2 draws.
So we got more wins than you, right? We made a preliminary. We are 7 and 4, and we are inconsistent.
We got 6.
History repeating.
What I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is that I'm potentially saying
Manny, that I tell me.
Kerno is a superstar.
Yes.
But at the moment, I feel that the team is relying too much on poor Kerno, and he's not reaping the rewards. That's what I'm saying.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they relying more on Kerno?
They move him from 4 forward. They put him out in the back to sit there and try and give you guys a bit of stability. And then all of a sudden, you guys are complaining. 2 weeks ago, you were complaining. Now you're saying you're fucking inconsistent with what you're saying.
What are we complaining? What are we saying now? No, keep going. I want you to dig this hole further. What are you talking about? So we play Kerno, and then in the last period of the game, when we're trying to save it, we move one of our best markers to the back line. I don't understand what's wrong with that, Manny.
I rest my case.
What are you looking at there? You're trying to look at some stats.
I've already said what I wanted to say.
You know, there's more than the AFL.
I've already said what I wanted to say.
What? You didn't say anything. You talked and you ended up nowhere.
No. If it's not what you want to hear, all right, it's just simple.
I'm waiting for this inconsistency.
What do you mean? You're waiting?
I'm waiting for the explanation of getting to preliminary 23 and then being 7 and 4 It's
Have
been
you not
7
seen
and 4
the
in round
results?
7. What the
Have you not seen
inconsistency
the
is.
results? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You have not seen the results of the way your team is playing at the moment. Are you
What are you
serious?
talking about? It's in
Are you
round
serious?
11, Manny.
Are you
It's
serious?
round
Am I
11.
right? Am I right? Am I right, Marco? I'm right. I'm
Yeah,
100%.
I think you're right. I reckon you're right, Manny, because Carlton are relying on maybe last year's effort by coming back after getting done most of the year.
We're a lot better than last year. We're 7 and 4.
They're relying on thinking, last year we come back after round 11 or round 12.
Who's saying that, Mark? I want to know.
It's
I want to
different
know.
year, mate.
No, I want to know who said that. I want to know who said that. I want to know. No, you're just making that up.
I agree with you, Mark.
At the moment, last year at this time. No, shut up. At the last year at this time.
I agree with you, Mark.
At this time, no, shut
Mark,
up. Shut up.
spot on.
Shut up, Manny. Go to a game before you talk.
Hey,
Tell me
Manny,
something.
can we find a system to mute Rocco?
I want to say something to you, Mark. Where were we last year at this time?
Well, you weren't doing too well, and then all of a sudden you played well. So
at this time last year, so what happened was, no, if you don't know the answer, then stop talking. Last year, we were 4-7.
I agree with you, Mark, 100%.
For fuck's sakes, last year at this time, we were 4-7.
Yeah.
Right? This year,
yeah,
we're 7 and 4. And you're saying why are we relying on that?
But because that's what you're relying on. You're thinking whenever you start the second half of the season, you're going to win more games. But it might actually work opposite.
What do you mean we're on track? We're 7 and 4.
But it might work
I don't understand what the problem is.
The second half of the season actually might work in reverse.
We're not up to the second half. We're at the moment. All you can do is you just said it. All you can do. You just said it. All you can do. I'm not going to let you talk, Mark. All you can do is you just said it. You just said all you can do is win. At round fucking 11, we are 7 and 4. And you're saying, that's not consistent. Mate, seriously,
Rocco, you just don't get it.
I know you're trying to get over it. Manny, shut up. Just go and look at your radio. Have a look at your radio foul app for your disposal.
We're just trying to be a little bit honest here, and we're trying to build the Fourever Rivals.
You just don't get it from you, but Manny. But Mark, what are you trying to tell me?
Well, what I'm trying to tell you is that
I think
what you're looking at is the last year's performance with Carlton.
No, I'm looking at this year, and we are 7 and 4 in round 11.
You're happy with that?
At 7 and 4, if you say to anyone, would you be happy at 7 and 4 at the round 11? What you trying to say? People wouldn't be happy with that.
I'm not talking about Essen. I'm talking about Carlton, mate.
I'm happy at 7 and 4.
So being last year's contenders for a grand final, you're happy with that at this time?
We are round 11, Mark.
I know that. I know
right.
If it's round 11 or round
second.
15.
Listen, it's second after round 11.
Yeah.
So what?
They're second. You've had 7 and 4.
I know what you're trying to do, Mark. You're trying to get onto his side because you want someone to back you up. But keep looking at your AFL app and have a look at your disposals, and that's all you can do. But Mark, tell me something. We are 11 and 4. We are 7 and 4 at round 11. What is wrong with that?
There's there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not going to say there's something wrong with it. What I'm trying to say is that are you happy with that?
Yes. Yes.
Fair enough then.
Because you've got to understand.
Listen to me.
I'll tell you why I'm happy. You've got to ask me, and I'll tell you why I'm happy at 7 and 4, right? I'll tell you why. Right? Because we're 7 and 4. We're sitting in the 8th, right? Halfway through the season, or less than halfway through the season, with the second amount of injuries in the AFL behind Richmond. I am extremely happy. And in the last few weeks, we're starting to get our players back. And we're going to get a couple more. Shut up, man. I'm not even listening to you. Right? And so what's happening is we're getting our players back. We're 7 and 4. I'm extremely happy where we are. I'm extremely happy where we are.
You're confident. Not happy. You're confident.
No, I'm happy.
No, he's happy.
Well, you're confident. You're
No,
confident
I'm
that
happy.
you're going
You've got to
Collingwood's
understand
lost.
what I
Collingwood's
said.
won less games.
Well, you got to understand what I said was this, right? We are 7-4 in round 11 with that many injuries, right? You can say whatever you want about injuries, right? And I'm not talking about, Drape or whatever your shit players are. I was talking top end players we missed all year, right? So I'm extremely happy. I'm extremely happy.
And okay. Yep. Fair
Saad
enough.
McGovern, I'll tell you, Saad McGovern, Wiedering, Chera, fucking Peter Ned. Like, how many more do you want to miss out on?
Yeah.
You're going to find out. You're going to find out soon, mate. You're going to find out soon with your injury.
Won less games.
So now the Collingwood won. Which players are going to get rid of?
Collingwood's won less games.
Rocco, you're a peanut. Collingwood have 10 premiership players out and 16 injured. But that's just happened now, you banana. Don't call me a peanut. That just happened now, you nutter. That's happened now. Now we'll see how they do it. Now we'll see how. Let me talk, Mark. Let me talk, Mark. Let me talk now. That's now they've got those injuries. We've had them through the year up to now.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. There's excuses. One player here and there. Now, you guys have won. How many games have you won? You won 7.
Yeah.
How many we won?
6.
And we're on top of you.
Yes.
So what are you sitting there bragging about?
I'm not the one bragging. Why did I brag for? You're the one that's saying it all started with you, Manny. This all started with you, with your inconsistency. And when I asked you an actual question, you couldn't answer it because you start when you answer something. You start with Mark. When you start an answer, you start like this. But and but. That's what used to are. And but.
Yeah.
Beavis and Butthead. Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead.
But the next. I think the next 5 weeks will pretty much show which clubs are.
I've been saying this for a while, man. Don't worry about round 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's get to round 16 when everyone's played each other close enough, and then we'll talk business.
Yeah.
Oh, God. We'll enjoy it when it comes. Yeah, but at the moment, I'm enjoying what I'm enjoying, and you're enjoying what you want to enjoy. Quinn's enjoying what he wants to enjoy.
Yeah, but Mark, you didn't answer my question before.
One man is enjoying what he wants to enjoy.
My question to you was: you're now sitting second.
Yeah.
Are you confident enough to say that the side where it's sitting at the moment is potentially going to be playing finals football?
If we don't make finals where we are at this stage, I'll be I probably won't be on the show next year. Okay, I'm happy to play finals.
Please don't make finals. Please don't make finals.
Okay. I would be that disappointed because I've got a little bit more trust in the football club now because of the way that we, obviously we're going to get better, man. We can't get any worse. So we're there, Manny. We're there. Let's play finals. Let's win a final, and then we'll take it from there. Opposed to the other teams that should be up there in the top 4 by now, but they're not. So be careful. Be careful. Be careful.
Look at this Peter nut. He must be a nut. He must be a. At least we got.
Because you've got so many injuries now, you might not even make the 8. Richmond might actually get on top of you boys by the end of the year.
We got Peter Nutt. He must be a Collingwood supporter. He must be your fucking cousin. Swans made Carlton look like a dud. Yes, they did. I'm sure that did the Swans play Collingwood?
We good question. I think we don't. I think we play. I think we don't. We haven't played him yet. I don't think we've played him yet.
Yeah, in round 2, in round 1.
Yeah.
On the
Round
first
one at
game.
the G.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did play him.
And the Swans did kill you. So before you make those sort of statements, Swans are a good fucking side this year, mate. I'll give you another thing, and you say that you say, oh, injuries don't matter. I'll give you a perfect example. How many Swans players have played all 11 games? You don't know, so I'm going to tell you 17. Imagine 17 players consistently playing together. How many have Carlton had? I think it's 8 who have played all 11 games. How many of you had 4? I'm telling you, look, you can talk as much as you want, and I know you are trying to be funny. You take away that consistency out of a team, it hurts you, mate. It fucking hurts you. And you know what? And Collingwood's going to see that because their injury crisis is starting to build now. And be careful, Mark, because it's a long fucking season, man. And you start getting injuries, and you see that it'll start to hurt you.
Okay.
Mate.
Oh, yeah. Look, no doubt. Anything can happen.
Can I say,
Richmond, Carlton, and Collingwood have one of all these injuries, something's going wrong with the medical staff or the training staff. So,
not this week.
Excuses, injuries.
Not this week.
Wrong.
No, it's not an excuse, Mark. What I'm saying is, I guarantee, mate, teams can't make that excuse. What I'm saying is, it's a fact. It's a fact.
Well, the fact is, it's Collingwood, Carlton, and Richmond. You're not saying it's Essendon, are you? So obviously, there's players getting
because
injured.
You haven't got many injuries.
But there must be something going wrong with maybe behind the scenes, mate. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
It doesn't matter, whatever it is. And
it
then
might be
you
the training. It might be the,
No, but you could talk about that. That's a different discussion. And you could talk about maybe the way you're being thin and the way the plays are going down. That's a different discussion, right? But at the end of the day, the injuries do take a toll. You can't deny that.
So Richmond, Carlton, and Collingwood got bad.
No, there are some bad luck, and there are some that are just bad, either training or maybe the fitness coach. There could be some of that. But at the end of the day, but it's still a factor.
It could be a factor.
Would it be fair to say?
What I'm saying is it's not a factor. But
would it be fair to say that Carlton potentially could be losing against Adelaide and then against the Bombers?
Well, first of all, we're playing Port Adelaide, and potentially, we could lose against them too. But you could also lose. Also, you know what could happen? I could grow a cucumber out of my fucking ass and then have dinner tonight. Like, well, what a stupid statement. We're coming up against Port, and we'll worry about that as we come. Don't worry about it. Potentially, you could lose.
The reason why I'm saying is because you are coming up against a team that's second on the ladder, and you know what? At the moment, the Bombers are looking good. That's the truth.
You just finished saying before that they don't look like they're playing a good game, and now you're saying they're looking good.
No, I didn't say anything about their game. I didn't say anything about their game. Not at all. I asked the question. I'm not saying anything about their game.
Imagine if we started playing. Imagine if we started playing some good football.
Well, you've got to do it first.
Well,
there you go.
And we're winning. Imagine if we started playing some consistent football.
I understand if you imagine, but imagine there was fucking fairies in the sky. Like, what's this imagine? First do it, and then we'll talk.
Well, you're saying that we're second on the ladder because we're playing.
You are at the moment. You are sitting second on the ladder, but unfortunately, finals aren't played in May.
Rock. At the end of the day, would you like to be second on the ladder, Manny? Would you like to be second on the ladder?
I don't really care where I am at the moment. I don't really care where I am because I've seen it before. Yous were right up there last year and you failed. It doesn't matter where you are in May. It only matters where you are.
It does, Rocco. It does. It's
didn't matter for you last year.
It's handy to get
the points and bank last year. It didn't matter for you last year.
Well, last year was history. This year is a bit different. So last year, Carlton won the last 10 games. Last year, Carlton won the last 10 games. This year, Carlton might lose the next 10 games. So
we might, but we might win the next 10 games.
Who have you got, Rocco? Who have you got?
Exactly
you got Port Adelaide. You got Port Adelaide. You got the Bombers who are on fire, and then you've got the geriatrics.
Yep. Then we got Richmond, then we got
Hello.
GWS, then we got Western Bulldogs, then we got North Melbourne,
I reckon
then we
Richmond
got
will be
Port
there, right?
Adelaide, then we got Collingwood, then we got Hawthorn, then we got West Coast, and then we got St Kilda.
So
you're gonna beat them all.
You've got a pretty fair.
I never said that, Mark. I don't know why you're putting words in my mouth. Why did I say we're going to beat them all? All I said was,
That's the way you see it.
round 11, I'm quite happy with the injuries that we had in round 11, 7-4, sitting in the 8. I'll take that every day of the week.
Okay,
fair enough. All right,
we'll talk about. You still didn't
Quinny,
answer.
there, what, mate?
Oh, you know what I'm going to do?
I'm here. I'm just soaking this all in.
You know what I'm going to do, Marco? Magpie Manny, because I know that you're a bit slow, and then you're going to probably need someone to get you the stats, because just looking at the AFL app for your stats isn't enough these days. But what I'm going to do is next week, I want you to write down the inconsistencies of Carlton, okay?
The inconsistencies of Carlton.
Yeah, you kept mentioning it. You kept mentioning that we're inconsistent. So next week, I give you a challenge. Next week, I'm going to give you 5 minutes to name the inconsistencies of Carlton.
Mate,
not 5 minutes.
Waste my time with Carlton.
Honestly. Well, you're the one that brings it up, and then you say, why bring it up then?
Hang on. Am I not entitled to my opinion?
Yeah, but if I'm going to ask you, if I'm saying, if you're coming out with a statement, if you're saying to me that the team's inconsistent, I need proof of that. You can't just give out statements.
You honestly can't see it.
I want you to bring it. No, I can't see it, Manny. I can't see it. I want you to bring it out next year.
No, that's fair enough. I'm gonna bring it to your attention next week.
All right, very good. Very good, very good. I want. Does Manny own a pen? Well, I don't know if Manny owns a pen.
I love it.
Peter Nutt. I'm loving Peter Nutt. Hey, Peter Nutt. First of all, like, subscribe, and make sure you get a ticket to the show. I want to meet Peter Nutt. You know what, Peter Nutt? I'll buy you a drink. Name the teams you've beaten. All right, so we've been in Brisbane, we've been in Richmond, we've been in North Melbourne, we've been in Freo, we've been in GWS, we've been in Melbourne, we've been in Gold Coast. They're the teams that you asked the question. They're the ones we've beaten. What do you want me to say? They're the teams we're playing. Here we go. Seba, member of 14 months, of course. He's been a member since the start. Can't wait for Richard Tambling to return from injury. Also get the likes up for the banana. That's it. Hey, is everyone pushing the fucking likes, mate? Pump the likes, mate. Here we go, Peter Nutt. Hey, I'm telling you, Peter Nutt, it's in the description. I want to see Peter. I want to see Collingwood, Richmond, and Essendon supporters at the show. I want to see him at the show. I'm telling you, we're going to have a discussion on the fucking stage, us four.
No, I'm not getting up on stage. I'm happy to sit there and watch. I'm not getting on stage.
Don't get up on stage.
I get Manny, Quinn, and me last.
I get stage fright.
Do whatever you want. Stage fright. Do whatever you want. You don't even have to come. Do whatever you fucking want. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you, I'm inviting you guys on stage. If you don't want to come, sit there like a big banana and go, mate. Like, I don't give a shit. I don't want to come up on stage.
Hey, listen. That's a big statement. Did you know that Nick Dacos owns Carlton?
Does he?
Yeah.
How?
According to Peter Nutt, Nick Dacos owns Carlton.
Okay.
There you go. Thanks for that, Peter.
Is that what we waited for this whole time? That Peter Dacos. Did you say Peter Dacos?
Nick Dacos.
Nick Dacos owns Carlton. In what sense? In a monetary sense? In a land sense? Like, I don't understand.
I just said that's what Peter Nutt said.
Okay.
Peter Nuts.
Crazy
than a coconut.
Let's move on. Is a really fucking move on. Sorry, Quinny. You enjoy it. You're like, you know what you're like when Fev used to go out and fall forward, and he used to go up to the defender and go, enjoy the Fev show. You got prime position here. You're in a position where everyone would love to be. You're in prime position, sitting there and watching this show.
Mate, this is fantastic. It's front row seats to an absolute classic every week.
See the bombers fly up, up.
Everybody loves Quinny, mate.
All right, let's go through.
Silent but deadly.
You know what Quinny is? He's a bella, mate.
Bella.
I'm like a good fart. I'm silent but deadly when I need to be.
You need to. I love
Quinn,
that.
Maybe you should give it a go playing for Richmond because you're missing players. Maybe try and get out there.
Quinn came up with the statement of the night. I love Quinn. He just waits and then he says, Essendon's played the bottom 5 sides and just got over 3 of them. That's the statement of the night, man. See, he comes with facts, mate. He comes with facts.
Nah. Come on.
Comes with facts. I wish Mark will be like Quinn. Well, no one can be like Quinn.
Oh, maybe 20 years younger, maybe. I can show you a picture when I was about Quinn's. How old are you, Quinny? How old, buddy?
27.
Quinn's like Ringo in the Fab Four. You're like the drummer in the Beatles.
I'll take it. I'll take that any day of the week.
Oh, we got Rat Boys. I'm going to put this up, but Curnow has a lot to prove. Wow. Could be winning his 3rd Coleman. Well, all right. Here we go. Oh, we got Peter Nutt. He's learned how to use his emojis.
Carlton Steve this week. That's brilliant. Brilliant.
That's very good. Very good.
Nothing but clowns.
Rat Poison says in finals. Rat Poison says Curnow in finals. Well, yes, he didn't have a good final series last year. But he has kicked a goal in the last 58 games, so at least 1 goal. What do we got here? Yeah, Peter Nutt. I'm really hoping watching Charlie Curnow. I can't wait to play Collingwood. I don't think we'll be playing Essendon, but I can't wait to play Collingwood in the finals.
Hey, Rocco.
I'm just telling you
won't be playing Essendon.
I don't think that you're good enough.
You won't be there, mate. You won't be in the finals to play Essendon, mate.
You're going to be exposed in the next 5 weeks, Mark.
You're not going to be playing finals to be playing Essendon, Rocco. So just
we'll see.
History.
We'll see.
Don't go assuming already.
First game,
you
Queenie.
even make the finals.
Maybe.
What's your boys, Rock? It's your boys, Rock. So I'll let you take this one away tomorrow night, Adelaide Oval.
It is the first game tomorrow night. It is.
This is the new Carlton song.
Port Adelaide v Carlton. It is Thursday tomorrow night. It's the second last Thursday game, and it's at Adelaide Oval. And it's it's 3rd plays 8th at 7:30, and I'm actually really looking forward to it. To tell you the truth, man, this is the perfect game. And if we were playing Port Adelaide, I think the clown thing is for you, Manny. The clown, but Manny, I'm trying to talk about my game.
I'm just laughing. I don't even expect the 20 seconds.
You only got 20 seconds, Rocco.
That's funny.
Come on, Rocco. What's your game? Come on. How are you going to beat Port, mate? Come on, hurry up. You got 20 seconds.
We bring that sort of contested ball and we bring that sort of pressure. I can't see why Port Adelaide haven't been playing that great. Have they?
Yeah. Well, I think they're hot and cold at the moment.
I think they might be missing Rosie as well, which is a massive out.
They are. They're not only missing. They're not only missing Rosie. They're also missing Willie Rioli tomorrow. So, which is a big loss for them because apart from him, they haven't really got too many people running around the front there. Rosie's huge for them, but also I think they get Dixon back. But Dixon, I don't know. I'm not too stressed out about it.
And Ivan's Soldo as well.
Yeah, and they bring in the Ruckman, yeah, so he comes in. But TDK last week had his best game, 25 possessions, 10 clearances, so he's looking good. We're actually, I think, only for the second time this year, we're going in unchanged. And as I said, as far as injuries, we've pretty much got Motlop left to come back, and we've also got Shearer to come back. They'll be the only two that would come back. Motlop played in the reserves last week, kicked the goal. Good idea just to keep him back in the reserves for another week. And Shearer's a couple of weeks away. And you've also got Pitternet with a finger, which will come in and out when we need him. So apart from that, I'm actually excited. I want to play Port Adelaide over there. I think I want to see if Carlton can bring the same sort of game plan they brought last week out into Port Adelaide, and I want to see what they can do. And always going away as a team, I think, does well. I like it. I like it when a team goes away together. Big game. If they can win, right? Unlike you guys who think that, second in round 11. To me, mate, it's a long season, man. We want to really perform in September. It's one of the games you need to win.
Yeah.
That's analysis, and of course, I'm going to go for Carlton.
Yep. Mark.
Yeah, well, obviously only if Carlton make the final, so I wouldn't go assuming anything at the moment. But I think Port Adelaide will be too strong. Carlton, although they're nearly getting their full strength side going, they would want to beat Port over there. But I think Port will be a little bit too strong. So Port for me.
Yeah,
Quinn.
I reckon. Honestly, it could be a bit of a flip of the coin. I'm not super sold on Port Adelaide just yet, but I think this is the type of game that Carlton will get up for. So I reckon it'll be tight, but Blues just.
Blues just. Wow. Okay.
No, he said lose.
Oh, lose just?
No, Blues.
Oh, I thought you said lose. All right,
Yeah.
Carlton.
No. That's Blues. Carlton.
That's the issue we've been having all day with Rocco today. He hasn't been listening properly, and all of a sudden he just turns vicious. You agree with me, Marco? Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah.
Spot on, mate.
Adelaide for me. Port Adelaide for me.
Oh, it is Port Adelaide. Beefers and Buffhead over there at the bottom. They're trying to gain likes. Well done. Keep going. All right, next one.
Well, we got Red and Stimpy up the top there. Then we got Red and Stimpy up the top. Then Beavis and Butthead downstairs. Red and Stimpy upstairs.
Friday night, Manny, your boys take on the Western Bulldogs at Marvel Stadium. Collingwood's home game, but at Marvel this week against the Doggies.
Yeah, look, I'm going to this game. I'm looking forward to
Wait
this.
a sec. Everyone, give him a clap. He's going to a game. Well done, guy.
I'm taking my son.
The biggest plastic supporter in the business.
I'm taking my son to the game.
Well,
it's
you
his
should take
birthday.
him to a lot more, but anyway.
And of course,
He's
I think
going to a game.
I think it's going to be a good game.
Where are you going to win it, Manny? How are you going to win it? You got a few injuries again. How are you going to win it? Who's going to kick your goals?
Look, it's hard at the moment, but a lot of these young midfielders are really starting to show that they've got the the ability. So I reckon we'll win it in the midfield. So Magpies by 3 goals.
Here we go. We don't make you'll be making excuses next week, Peter Nutt. Yep, keep going, guys.
I thought Manny was still going. I think Manny. I think these injuries, especially up in the forward half, it's just going to make it hard to kick goals. You got no Myercheck, no Elliott, obviously no McStay. DeGoey, he's a goal kicker. Cox is out as well. I think it's just going to be too hard. And the Bulldogs look like they might have found a bit of form. It's their away game, but at their home ground in Marvel. I think the Dogs.
Oh, wait a sec. Before you go on, just before you make a tip, Pendlebury's out also.
Yeah, and Pendlebury.
He was ruled out today too, so he's out.
Tom Mitchell as well. Tom Mitchell as
out,
well.
Pendlebury's out. You got the Goey out.
Yeah.
Well, you've got the Myercheck there. He's done.
Oscar Elliott, Reef McInnes.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you shouldn't make excuses, but let's hope that they don't start earning you. But anyway, Quinny, what are you picking? Bulldogs? I'm going for the Bulldogs.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Collingwood, Bulldogs could be another draw.
Are you going to pick it?
Be another draw. No, I'm going to flip of the coin for this game.
All right. I like it.
So it's heads, and it's Collingwood. At Marvel. That's their home ground. So it's Collingwood for me.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Collingwood. So it's Collingwood. I like this because I need to catch up on you. So that's two. By Friday night, I'll have two above you.
Okay, well.
Next one.
There we go. Saturday afternoon, Hawthorn take on the Crows at the MCG. Adelaide are heading in favourites, but I'm loving what we're seeing from Hawthorn at the moment. I think they're playing some good football. MCG, home ground as well. I'm going to go the Hawks.
I totally agree with you.
I think we're all jumping into the Hawthorn bandwagon for some reason, and great effort to see them win a few games in a row, but I think Adelaide have got some form coming through, so I'm going to go for Adelaide for this game.
Yeah, Adelaide for me.
Yeah, I agree. Hawthorn's a good side. They've got a good game plan. Yeah, I mean, they won this week against Brisbane, and last week, really, Port Adelaide stole that game in the last the last 40 seconds, really. And no, I'm actually liking what Hawthorn are doing. They'll be in a couple of years, man. They look all right, man. And Mitchell's a good coach.
Knows what he's doing. But we fly across the WA for the twilight match. West Coast.
He took a photo of me.
Who are you backing?
That's straight in the
Hawthorn. I said Hawthorn. Yeah.
Hey, Rocco, you don't know who you take photos with.
He's taking photos, mate. Fucking how special do I feel, man?
Peter Nutt might have had a nut over that photo, Rock, I reckon.
I guarantee something, Peter Nutt. No one took a photo of you.
So you took a photo with Peter Nutt?
No, I didn't. He said, I saw Rocco after game and took a photo. I don't know. No one asked me to take a photo, so he must have like, I don't know, been sneaking into the toilet or something and been a real fucking diva and taking photos of people. I don't know.
Maybe you were crying after the game and he didn't want to approach you.
Maybe he took a photo of me crying after the game. At least I was there, Manny.
Yeah.
I'm going to call you that from now on.
Carlton home game.
Call you Manny. Manny. Hey, Manny, what's this? Hey, Manny, what's that?
Yep.
Show me the photo, Manny. Show me the photo, Peter Nutt. I don't know if your mum will let you out of the basement.
Crazy than a coconut.
I don't know if his mum will let him out of the basement at night.
Come on, next game.
Bad boy Bubby.
All right. We move on. We fly across the WA. West Coast take on St Kilda. West Coast heading in as favourites at Optus Stadium, and I agree wholeheartedly with that. I don't think the Saints have shown much, and West Coast on the rise. So the Weagles for me.
Yeah, West Coast Eagles for me too.
Yeah, we're all starting to jump on the West Coast Eagles for some reason, but St Kilda's not playing some great football. But yeah, I'll go West Coast for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm going West Coast.
I don't think I'm jumping on the West Coast. I think West Coast. I'm going for West Coast too, mind you. It's not that we're jumping on them. To me, like West Coast is West Coast. They're going to win some games. They're going to lose some games, and they're going to, like what they did last week, they'll get pumped and then they'll come back and beat a good side, It's just where they're at. It's not about me picking West Coast. It's me about not picking St Kilda. They are fucking shit, mate. This is the problem. It's not about West Coast. It's more about St Kilda for me. They are seriously, I know we talked about this last week. They are seriously in some serious trouble, man. I reckon they've got the wrong coach. Like their players, they got and no one wants to go to that side. You think about it. Who wants to go to that side? I'm telling you, they're in some serious problems, I reckon. Yeah. They're just
Wiedering might be turning down like $10 million.
Yeah, well, apparently they're going to give Wiedering, but mate, how much do you have to be paid to go to St Kilda?
Yeah.
$10 million, apparently.
Well, 1.5 apparently, but I reckon you need more. I reckon if you pop it up to about 2 million over a 7 or 8 year period, maybe.
Yeah,
mate.
I think the Saints should have got like an up and coming coach. I reckon they backtracked to Ross Lyon. I think that's hurt him a little bit, even though they made the finals last year. But I reckon they should have just gone to a young up and coming coach, and they're going to struggle, St Kilda, for some reason. It's sad to see because
Nah, fuck them. 1 year, they're shit.
Yeah, fuck them.
Next one.
Get rid of them. All right, next one. My boys. And it's up at GMHBA. Haven't played there, I don't think, since 2017. So it's been a long time coming. And I will be making the trek down the highway. I'll be playing
the trek up there, mate.
Mate, I'm playing footy out in Ringwood this weekend. And I'll be driving from Ringwood down to Geelong. So a bit of a hike for me on Saturday, but looking forward to it. Geelong have lost 4 games in a row. They lost to the Giants over there now. Cats will most likely win this one, but as long as we're a bit competitive, I'll be happy. So I'll tip the Tigers regardless, obviously. But
Geelong for me.
From Tigerland and then into the final siren gun. And we're the Tigers of old. We all got some goals and we're from Tiger. Yellow and black. Tiger land. Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Big game this week for the Tigers, mate. Big game. I reckon they'll come close to beating Geelong because Geelong haven't, been playing some good football. I was going to go Richmond, mate. For some reason, I don't know, Quinn. But because you haven't got your best players on the ground, I'm going to go Geelong just.
That doesn't matter though, Mark.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter, Mark. Remember?
I'm trying to help you out, Quinny, mate. I'm trying to give you a heads up, brother. You're right. You're
the one that said it doesn't matter about what you, as long as you got 22. So why are you not picking Richmond because of their players?
Because I hate Richmond, Carlton, and Collingwood, mate. That's
there it is. That's more like it.
All right. I'm trying to be a little bit subtle here, boys. Yeah. I don't want to create massive banters here. I want to try and be a bit subtle.
I want you to create massive banters.
I want to support the other rivals here, like the Richmonds and the Carltons and Collingwoods. At the end of the day, we're sitting second, and I'm trying to support you boys, mate. I'm trying to help you out.
I'm with Scott the Blues here. I mean, they did almost beat second on the ladder. Ooh, let's go second on the ladder. So
but they didn't.
They didn't. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to go Geelong. You know why? Because it's over there. I reckon if it was at the G, I would have gone for Thing. But because it's over there, even though they're playing shit over there too, aren't they? But I'm going to go for Geelong.
It's a hard place to win games of footy. And let me tell you, I'm sitting in the Joel Selwood stand as well, the new grandstand they've just built right in enemy territory this weekend. So I'll let you know how I go, but I am not looking forward to sitting there.
You'll be fine.
I'll be
You'll
right.
fine.
It'll be good fun. It'll be good fun. But we move on.
Big Joe.
We move on to
Yoda to give out a top. They want to see Yoda.
He's always on hand.
Cats, yeah. I think, you know what? If Richmond get up, I wouldn't be unhappy, to tell you the truth.
Well, nor would I, funny enough.
Next.
Move on. Teo Stadium or Teo Traeger Park, Alice Springs, Melbourne take on the Fremantle Dockers up there. And I think Melbourne usually play not too bad up in Darwin. They've played there a few times over the last few years. They're used to the ground. So I'm gonna go the D's.
I'm going Melbourne too. They looked really good last week.
Yeah, Melbourne for me. Melbourne for me.
Yeah, they looked good last week and fucking Gorn absolutely killed him, man. Could he be in the next few years be one of the best ruckmen to play the game? Like he continues this year. He's going to be considered as one of them.
Yeah. I reckon Gorn will be gone.
Yep, Melbourne for me, boys.
Who are you picking? Freo?
Yeah, I think
No, Melbourne. I think we all went Melbourne.
Yeah, I went Melbourne. Quinny went Melbourne. Who are you picking? You guys?
I said Melbourne.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Melbourne.
Yeah, Melbourne. I think they're not playing the best football, Melbourne, but they got to win. They got to win this week.
They played pretty good on the weekend, mate. And
Yeah,
Gorn
but
looked
it's still not
fucking
convincing.
good.
So Melbourne will win. They'll get the 4 points.
Peter Nutt, I can't wait to meet you on the live show. Missed the excuses. I still don't know what excuse I made.
Yeah.
You must be. Are you sure you're not writing this shit, Magpie Manny?
No.
Or that might be, you know, that might be, it sounds, the way the words are coming out sounds a bit like no regrets.
No.
Ooh.
Could
No.
be.
An old foe.
Oh, next one is a big game.
Last game, People's First Stadium up on the Gold Coast. Geez, you'd want to win this, Mark, after tonight. But the Gold Coast Suns take on the Bombers. And I tell you what, the punters, I don't know, you look at the sports bet odds on the AFL website, the punters aren't fond of the Bombers, Mark. I don't know what's going on. They've got Suns as the favourites, $1.69 to $2.18.
Well, obviously the Suns play well at home, mate. So that's a good point. I can totally understand that because there's a lot of people not really having confidence in the Essendon Football Club, and that's fair enough. But I will mention that the latest report is that there's a bit of an illness flu going into the club at the moment. So there's a few players that had to stay home. Your club? Yeah, your club? Yeah. There was a bit of a sorry.
No, I was just going to say, is it your club that's got the illness?
Yeah, there's a bit of an illness going on. So
just go into the drug cabinet. I'm sure you got something there to give them.
Yeah, well, maybe that'll fix them up. No one will know. Who cares? And we'll just keep moving on. But so there's a few players that had to stay home this week through training. So I don't think it'll make a big difference because obviously we've got a lot of depth there just in case there's some players that come through. But I think we'll give Gold Coast a challenge this week, and Essendon will win by 18 points.
So I'm going to go. I think
Gold Coast.
I think Gold Coast.
Gold Coast for me.
It's been like that all year, boys.
You say Gold Coast?
Gold Coast.
Quinn?
Yeah, I think only because it's away and Gold Coast play really well at home. I think it was at Marvel. It'd be a completely different story.
I love it. Every time you boys tip against us, we keep on putting the points up, mate. So thanks, boys. Appreciate it.
Well, not every time. We tip Port Adelaide and they beat you by 70 points.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't.
I didn't tip Essendon to beat Port Adelaide in Adelaide.
No, the Gold Coast.
That was 10 weeks ago, Quinn. 10 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. It was the only one I could think of.
We dismantle them over here, but let's hopefully that you can overcome their midfield, because their midfield is actually a fairly good midfield. So if you can overcome their midfield, maybe you'll have a chance. But over there, you're not going to beat them. And plus, you just told me about the sickness, so you got no chance, man. But who you might get? Dick Reynolds, POG. I reckon Dick Reynolds could kick a few goals for you.
Yeah. Paul Salmon, Paul Van Haar, Simon Madden,
Van
Merritt, Billy Duckworth, Peter Bradbury,
We should get some of them back, mate.
Tony Antrobus.
Let's have a look at this. I actually gained one on you, Marco. 61 to 63, and Quinn on 49, and Manny on 58. So I got 6, and the rest of you's got 5. So I actually gained one.
Hang on. Didn't I say last week there was going to be a draw?
Yeah, I know, but you didn't pick your game as a draw,
didn't I?
No, you tipped Collingwood to win.
What are you talking about?
Are you sure?
All right. You picked Collingwood as a fucking draw, did you? You fucking cheat. No wonder you follow that cheating. No. Now, not only did I find out that your team cheats on the ground, they always cheat against the umpires, and now I find you're trying to cheat.
I asked a question.
Are you trying to cheat the tipping comp where there's no prize?
I wouldn't do that. Fuck's sake, I wouldn't do that. Relax. Relax. Rocco, relax. I asked a question.
Absolute cheater.
I asked a question. Yeah.
Again, thank you very much. Congratulations on the 100 shows. There should be plenty more, unless these cunts make me drop dead. But there should be plenty more. We're having a ball doing the show. Channel's doing really good. So everyone, make sure.
Unless you end up with COVID, or the team Carlton ends up with COVID, all of a sudden they can't play anymore, and all those excuses.
I don't know what that means, Manny. So if I end up with COVID, I won't do no more shows. Is that what you're saying?
I'm talking about this COVID's going around at the moment. Maybe
we were just talking about Carlton, and then we were just talking, and then someone, and we were talking about Carlton, and then we were talking about the show 100, and then you go, unless you come up with COVID. I don't understand. Can you explain to me, Maggie?
No.
Why the show wouldn't
you, not you, not you, you banana.
We're talking about that. Because you said,
the
exact word you said was, unless you come up with COVID, and then you added the Carlton.
No, sorry, I was talking about Carlton. Because it's that time of year now.
You think that if they get COVID, the whole team won't play?
Well, could be.
Yeah, could be. You're so intelligent. Did you get that comment off someone off the thing? I think you did. You can't even use your own brains. Anyway, let's get back to business here.
No, not at all. No, I've got my phone here. I'm just
keep looking at your AFL app and look at your disposals. Anyway, everyone, make sure. I want to meet all of you. I want to meet this what's his name? Tom. What's his name? Fucking whatever his name is.
Big Nuts.
Tom Basement Nuts, whatever his name is. I want to meet you. But let's everyone get your tickets. They are running. Make sure you get if you want something to eat, $55, you get a meal, you get dessert, you get a drink, you get all that, you get to sit at a table.
What dessert do you get?
I just said to you, I think you get a main meal. I think we've got lasagna, salad, bread. We've got tiramisu.
Tiramisu.
Yep. We got tiramisu for the dessert. I think you get a drink and you get the show. And if you got the $20 floor, you get to sit down. You can come a little bit later. I think the show starts. So make sure the link is below. You're going to get to meet your favorite rivals there. And we'll have a ball. So to make sure, share it around, get out there. It's in 3 weeks' time. And we have a ball, yeah. So it should be good just to meet everyone, even all you losers on the chat here, all your Peters and your... I want to meet Rat Poison. Are you coming, Rat Poison? Answer me. I want to see it in the comment. Are you coming?
Ooh.
I'm waiting for you. I want you to. We got to meet Rat. If Rat Poison, I'm going to put it out. If Rat Poison comes, I'll get you up on stage. How's that
Good.
sound?
It's good.
I definitely got to meet Rat Poison. He lives in the Gold Coast. All right. All right.
That's a fair excuse.
That is a big excuse, man. That is a big excuse. I have to do it. I would play you off the park. I don't understand what that means. I would play.
No, you would never understand that. That's fair enough, Rocco.
What does that mean?
Anyway,
what does that mean, Matt?
Good luck to your teams.
Manny, what does that mean?
What does what mean?
You just said it. I just put something and you go, you wouldn't understand it.
Sorry, I was
so why did you say it? What
did you put up there? What did you put up there?
No, you said you wouldn't understand it. Say it now. What?
Rocco, what did you put up there?
Why did you talk?
I was talking about something else. Sorry.
What were you talking about? What were you talking about?
This is why I shouldn't be interrupted. Anyway.
What were you talking about? What were you talking about?
So what did you put on me?
What were you talking about? You said you wouldn't understand. What wouldn't I understand?
I wasn't talking to you, for fuck's sake. What did you put on there?
Who were you talking to?
It doesn't matter.
You're killing me, Manny.
Peter Nut.
Yeah, we've got to meet Peter Nut. Where do you live, Peter Nut? Apart from where is your basement? Where is it?
Mont Albert. He said in the comment. He said in the comment.
All right, can you come down? It's on a Saturday night. Ask your mum if you can get out of the basement that night and come down. And Peter Nut, if you come, I will put you up on stage. How's that sound?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I want to see it. Thank you guys again for another entertaining show. I'm sure it was entertaining. I'm done. It's been 3 hours. Let's do this. Have we got anything else? Make sure you get onto Corton, Security Doors and Blinds. Marco, he'll set you up with some doors.
Yep.
Some security blinds. He'll set you up. Don't worry. He'll secure you. Hey, Peter Nutt, give him a call and you can secure that basement so no one can come in there.
That's correct. Give me a call, Peter. Give me a call. When you're playing Dungeons and Dragons there. No, we love you, Peter. No, at least you get out there, man. I love it. And that's it. Anything else? We're ready to go?
It's a wrap, boys.
It was fantastic to spend the evening with you guys, even though I despise you. It's good to see our regulars watching our show. Quinn, like usual, you're absolute superstar. I mean, what can you say? You sit there for 3 hours, your team's going shit. Mark, you're smiling. If you're a woman, you'd put lipstick on, you'd cover both of your ears. That's how happy you are. And Rocco, like usual, it's always a pleasure to have you there correcting me. So
I think I found Peter Nutt.
Is the epitome of a Collingwood. Go to Pines! Come on! Yeah. Come on. I'm from Maui! I'm from Maui!
We found Peter Nutt.
It's been a while since we've seen Mr. Moe.
Yeah. All right, Peter.
Mr. Moe, man. Good on you,
Moe. He's from Mont Albert, not Moe.
Yeah, but he thinks they keep telling him it's Mont Albert, but it's Moe. His mum goes, yes, boy, you live in Mont Albert, but he doesn't know because he never gets out of the basement. All right, we ready? I'm going to give you one chance.
Nice.
What a
Bombers.
Yeah, no chance. See us.